Yo, chat. How are you doing, boys? Wait, ad break ends in 2 minutes 50 seconds. Okay, yeah, sorry about that one. That was not intentional. But these things happen. If you're watching that, I'm sorry. I need to change my stream start timer so it doesn't happen exactly when the ad happens every time. I don't have my chat properly showing. Just resub, sir. Yeah, I think you're like resub, like it went into like a loop somehow. I don't know what happened there. Like I feel like I heard with an echo. I don't know. We can check next time we get the sub how it looks like. Just one final check that I'm not leaking anything. Sorry for the late stream today, guys. This is the busiest time of the year. Like the only more busy time is when we are mid race. Like if the expansion released, I would be less busy. That's how crazy it is. This week and the next week, basically, it's like all deadlines of all sponsors as well as our race for first prep really ramping up in terms of hours put in to do shit, and because like more and more things get locked by Blizzard, so we are putting more and more effort since things are not going to change as much anymore. Yeah, so it's really crazy. My head is full of stuff, and I cannot talk about any of it as well. So I might be a complete idiot today. Like, you know how it is when like people typically have an easier time chatting about things they do, right? Like when if you play WoW all day, you're gonna have an easy time talking to WoW to people. If you I don't know, read about space all day, you'll want to talk about space to your friends. I am doing things that is just like all of it is confidential, either sponsors or race for first prep. So maybe I'm just like I might sound like an idiot for the whole stream, but I am not. I promise. I just can't talk about the things that I think about. Other about molding over patch notes that dropped last time, some crazy stuff in there. I did see some molding, but I don't know exactly the situation. I am letting that is the one thing I'm not doing this time. I'm letting the team figure out what class is good for now. Because they also like they keep changing so many things. I didn't want to keep up with it. It would have just consumed too much time. Not worth it. They are already doing DPS tests and stuff, and I will now start looking more and more to the result of DPS tests. Because mid race, I'm the one actually doing the setup decisions mostly, so I need to be aware, obviously. But I don't know, like if they were just keeping on changing things, I don't care. Honestly, I don't care what they're doing. Just give me the final thing. I'm really curious about how Mage plays though as like a spec. I feel like Fire is gonna get a little bit of a retouch still because I think people are too mad about it. Arcane, I have no idea. When I was playing it, just doing random shit, it didn't feel like it is a completely like garbage spec or something. But I don't know actually how to play it. I wasn't sure if I should learn it because it might change anyways. Again, trying to optimize my time, but we might take a quick look at the class changes, but certainly won't be the focus of the stream. I saw Valorstones getting removed. That's a big one. At least that's what I got. I didn't actually like. I saw people talking about it. I didn't even look into it at all. I saw some people, I think, misunderstood, got the wrong memo, and thought now Blizzard is just adding extra gold requirements, and they were mad. But the gold amount is like really low. So only people who don't actually play. The reason why I think they put gold on there is they have it like it's like a technical problem. They put 2 currency requirements, and now if you remove one, like the UI will look weird, or like they just need to have 2 currencies. I think they just replace it with gold. That's what I thought. But everybody was like molding over it costing gold, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I need to change your age of the description. Twitch. I'm forever 25, bro. Forever 25. Prime age. Dude, it's 40? No way, guys. If I was 40, I would start looking for a place for my grave, dude. No, I'm good. Imagine me 40 years old, guys. Good afternoon, boss. Thank you, sir. Do we have any 40 people in the guild? I don't think so. I think the oldest player we have is probably Frago, but I don't know. Maybe one of the new guys. I feel like FTM might be really old. But I think with FTM, I feel like he has like a mature soul. Yeah, I don't think he's actually old. I think he might be young with a mature soul, kind of like me. Yeah, that might be more. I haven't. It's also so weird. I haven't played with the new players that much. The only thing we do is like a voluntary meeting mostly, where we like just talk about improvements and stuff, and like the farm rates I never attend. So especially if people don't come to the voluntary meetings, like, dude, I saw like Soda right in our Discord a couple days ago about Shadow Priest. I was like, damn, I wasn't sure if Soda is still in the team, because I haven't talked to him since such a while. It's so weird. This like long farm period feels so odd when I'm not playing the game on top. But me not playing the game got us some pretty good stuff. Our sponsorship situation for the race is looking good. And I can focus more on prep. It's quite nice. I just don't know how to play the game anymore, so that's awkward. You have no clue about your current team. No clue is a bit exaggerated. It's a Soda is a silent guy, and it's fine. Oh, you mean our current team for the raid? Yeah, actually, I don't think we know what we're gonna play for the race at all right now. Yeah, especially with these changes happening. I mean, that's normal though. We will know like in a week probably. I have an idea, and then it's gonna be fluid from there, changing. It's always like this. Like people assume like we know everything. We have like a hard set plan. We need exactly 3 warlocks, and the players would like it to be that way as well. Like, just tell me what I need to play, right? But the reality is, it's gonna be a constantly changing, fluid thing, especially with an expansion start. So, but yeah, of course, we're gonna have a much better idea like next week. But right now, I have no clue. Like Shadow Priest was looking sick for the fights, but then Shadow Priest itself sucks. Like, what do? I don't know. If they fix it, it's gonna be good. If they don't fix, if they fix it, it's gonna be OP. If they don't fix it, it's gonna be shit because it's just always shit. So I don't know, like things like that. 3 warlocks leaked. Oh shit, true. This Giga nerfed everything last night. I see. We had this before. Man, 40 is not old anymore. Yeah, sorry, Smoke One. That is how it feels. So as you age, you're like back, when you were like 18, like 30-year-old, you would be like, damn, that is old, bro. Now I'm 30 years old. I'm like, that's kind of young, Like as long as I'm not 40, and I'm like, when I'm 40, I'm gonna think, bro, imagine being 50, dude. That's old. Yeah, it's cold coping, exactly. I'll be like 70, 80. I'm like, man, imagine being like 90, dude. That's wild. That is really old. Let's have things been much different with the Plan 3 raids or so forth. How will it affect splits? Splits are not well, yes. Not because this raid is split up that much, but more because we don't have well, first of all, I think the first raid is gonna be easier in general than let's say Narrow Bar Palace. Because we gotta compare this here to Narrow Bar Palace, guys, because it's Heroic Week. It's a completely different game. Yeah, you can't say like compared to Manufacture Omega because that had no Heroic Week. Now we have Heroic Week, but it still should be easier because looking at the eye level difference, we are closer to Heroic than we were in Nerubar, and I think Sylvanas, the idea, sorry, Sylvanas, I mean, Illyria, I keep mixing those up. Illyria, I feel, is not an end boss, so it's supposed to be easier than something like Queen Ansurek. It's supposed to be like maybe a little bit harder than Silken Court. I don't know. So because of that, Heroic Splits might be easier to do on the end boss as well. And so we have the eye level, we have the boss not being an end boss, and we have what was the last thing? Oh yeah, and the loot wise, it doesn't have any Omni token. So Omni token in the past meant you get to that boss, and then you have to shuffle the group so that you guarantee everybody ideally to have 4 at least, ideally 5 heroic sets, so that we guarantee the tier sets, right? But now there's no Omni token, and the tier sets are no longer guaranteed, so people can. It's going to be harder to decide, I would say, who's going to be people's mains. It's going to be a lot of Gamba going around. You can, on Mythic Week, make up for certain tier sets lacking. Like, I wouldn't want to be in the place of on the split running team that makes the decisions for who becomes what main. A lot of people might have multiple mains going into Mythic Week. Might run some splits in a Mythic Week. We will definitely run some splits in Mythic Week to figure out the best comp, like the best character. So that's quite complicated. In terms of how helpers will affect it, I mean, you guys might help us on more end boss skills. I think that is, if it is not that hard, quite what do you call it? Likely. That would be really good if you can do it. It would give us more proper options, more tier tokens and everything. Other than that, the 3 rates, it's a bit complicated explaining it to people, to the sponsors and stuff, because we don't know ourselves what's going to happen. Like, is Illyria going to die week 1 or is it not going to die? If it doesn't die, not much changes. If it dies, what the fuck? That's a bit weird, right? And like, how early does it die? I hope it doesn't die too early. That would be very awkward. Yeah. One thing I realized, though, and this is interesting, is that you remember when the week 1 ends, you remember Nexus King. That was a complete disaster scenario, I would say, because we got to the end of week 1, we were ahead of Liquid, and which we typically are at the end of week 1, because yeah, I mean, a bunch of things. They have the maintenance on first day. We can speed up by, learning from mistakes from NA side and like prepare a little bit better. And we have a long time also to catch up skill-wise, right? I think, we got to Nexus King first, so we were obviously even better before that. So even though we played week 1, let's say, overall better, with the reset, we got the crafted items, and that was really OP. And from what I understand, we will have crafted items already beforehand. So that's number 1. So the power spike won't be as big. And I think the assumption is definitely that we will be on Illyria by then, right? We won't be on Paladins stuck. That would be crazy. That would be wild if that would be the case, by the way. Progressing only like 6 bosses for a week. But the other thing is also that week 2 triggers, and let's say Illyria is not dead, right? Which would be cool. We go to Illyria, we cannot Vantus Rune it, because we need the Vantus Rune for Lura from the other raid, and they share the Vantus Rune. So my hope this is a little bit of copium, is that the week 2 reset doesn't matter as much, so that the global release effect is like reduced. I don't know if that's going to be the case now with like, because you are going to get the Omni tokens from Lura. That's going to make maybe like I don't know what the tier token situation will be and how much we will need it and how much damage we're going to gain from heroic Lura splits or whatever. And also, I have no idea about the trinkets of Lura or Belloran. If there are special weapons, I have no clue. If they are OP, then I take everything back and life sucks and I'll hate myself. But if they're not and there's no big power spike, that would be really cool as well. However, if Illyria is dead, it is a worst case scenario for us because there's 2 bosses releasing and Liquid gets probably less maintenance on week 2, or week 3 actually of the tier. And the less maintenance there is, the less chance for us being able to catch up on such short time. Reckon you beat Liquid? I think you say. I feel so. I think we played better last time, and I think if we do a little bit more oomph, which I think we got in us, I think we can do it. But honestly, I mean, a little bit of it is RNG, a little bit also how Liquid will prepare. You know, it's we have a much. I think we have a much better healing situation going on right now as well with the swaps we did. I mean, the team is the best it is it ever was. Let's say, yeah, right now. So I hope that translates into the win. Will you ever move to an Acers? I don't think so, bro. No. No Solaria doesn't die week 1 with Heroic Week. I don't know. I think if the other bosses are easy, that's quite possible. But if the other bosses are hard and we just don't have much time on Solaria synth, then I could see it being rough to clear in time. Yeah, I hope it's not like a Galivix situation, because it's like it reminds you of that when you see that the oh, I don't have my game footage. Oh, sorry. Yeah, all good, sir. Oh, you guys didn't get the game. One sec. Why do you guys not? Oh, it's because I was capturing Final Fantasy before. Okay, right. Let's spends 3 days during splits and still made the next king easily. That is true. That is true. It's a good point. But if you look at Nerobar Palace, we barely got to Queen Ansurek in week 1 and just had like 15 pulls on it or something like that. And that was full Mythic week. I don't know. And we even had stuff crafted, right? I don't think Illyria is going to be same as Nixus King, personally. Like, I think it's going to be harder. First of all, it's going to be harder because we never saw the boss. Especially on Mythic, it's like a different fight. So that's already different, yeah? Nexus King, we already knew a bunch of things. Alright, so I with your current roster. Anyways. Yeah, the roster is really good. I'm very happy with the roster. I wouldn't swap a thing, honestly. Yeah. do you think method might close the gap a bit more? Seem to be better as we go. I don't know. Don't really. I don't really know what's. I mean, we took their quite a bit of their good healers as well. I would think not, honestly, but at the same time, who knows, man? Like sometimes people just get better and blast a lot. I would be very surprised though. But at the same time, I mean, if they are pushing this much, I mean, at some point they gotta do it, right? Like, otherwise, how depressing is that? I talked about this back then when Pieces was still alive, and I think it's the most depressing thing. Trying so hard and getting, like, not having a chance to win, kind of thing. I don't know. That's just really rough. But I mean, they are getting at least, let's say, the higher ups there or the better players and officers and stuff are getting paid. And Pieces, they didn't even get paid. That was the crazy part, dude. That was fucking wild.
Pieces. Why did you
make it so difficult for me to choose between unhalted unit frames and LVI?
Sorry, I'm going to respond to that. Thank you for the sub, sir. But yeah, just to quickly close the thing. Yeah, like definitely big respect to Pieces for keeping it up for so long. Because like they prepped a lot as well, guys. Yeah, they spent a lot of gold and everything. Like, yeah, that's wild. With Method, at least they're making money, so I can see it, I guess. But still very sad. Why do you make it so difficult for me? Well, I guess also Method's like goal is more to get world second, anyways. So their goal is different, I guess. Still rough though, like to have that goal and push so hard for that. Why do you make it so difficult for me to choose between unhalting frames and LUI? Yeah, I mean, realistically, you can go with either, and it honestly doesn't matter. I think they keep on developing things and it's getting better. One thing I don't like is like a lot of these add-ons, they try to do a bunch of things and don't do one thing really good. I noticed that like I don't want to get into specifics, but like there are parts you can't disable of one add-on. There's like one thing you hate and then you have to use it and you can't supplement it with another add-on. It's a bit of a tilter. LUI does it pretty like the best, I would say, when you're looking for an all-rounder though. Might still swap to LUI. I think this is I don't even know at this point, dude. I think this is unhalted unit frames. But for example, I stopped using the better cooldown manager because it forced me to use their something. I don't know, it was cast bars or something. It was weird. I couldn't disable it, and then so I went now for the Sensei. What do you call this thing? Resource manager. And honestly, by the way, I just say fuck the cooldown manager, guys, and I'm just using action bars. And the way I'm using the cooldown manager right now is I'm using it to track uptime on things only. So here, this was my old like bar with all the different uptimes of things, and I'm just using that. And for CDs, I'm just using action bars because I'm good with the action bars. And if
Sound resumed.
I'm on TeamSpeak apparently. And if you want to use action bars, I definitely recommend. And in general, I use this ABE. And this is pretty nice. Like I can change the glow on my action bars or whatever to pixel glow. I don't fix everything yet, but that's what I decided in the end. What? What just happened? What? Okay, if you're not seeing an ad right now, my Stream Deck just played an ad and swapped to full camera. I guess I'm making money. Okay, I'm gonna open a window in the meantime. It just random, like this ad button never even worked. That's crazy, bro. Out of nowhere, just played an ad. All right, you got some people are watching an ad at least. Quick, baby. Um, sec. Okay. Can you give us a short breakdown of what I don't see use and what you use them? Yeah, I mean, I'm not done with my things, and also like you see, right? Like my viewport is now bugging again. I don't know what the fuck. This was working fine a week ago. Now it's I don't know. Details classes something failed. I fucking hate this shit, bro. But yeah, I CBA until I think things are settled. Until things are settled, I'm not gonna share anything. Eventually, I might share my UI and everything, but I'm not gonna do anything right now. But this tech, I do recommend like using the cooldown manager for uptime tracking only. So like this, because I don't like the buff tracker that they give us. I don't like tracking things as a bar. Yeah, I like icons. I'm an icon man, but I need to have one like icon set. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna track Arcane Salvo, and maybe I put Arcane Salvo actually here. Might as well do that right now. I think that's a bit better. Okay. Sorry, I cannot. Wait, actually, can I do that? Can I track cooldown Arcane Salvo? I don't think I can. No. Yeah. I can track, like I'm tracking these things uptime here right now. Also, you see something happened again and they got squished. So I need to space them again. Like these add-ons are changing so much, bro. I don't know. I CBA, guys. I'm not gonna fix my UI until probably after the race is over. But if you are going to it, I would recommend this tech and then just using action bars here. And switch channels as a glow and stuff for uptime. Action. So the glows and stuff. I mean, you mean this, right? So one sec. So this is technique. Action bars enhanced. You go action bars enhanced, and then you go on the. Like I'm kind of hacking it, yeah. Like this is not intended as well. Like it's stupid in a way, but the only way to see uptime on certain spells, like alter time, is to have it on your cooldown manager, and you're supposed to like show the CD there, but it will also show the uptime there. I hate that shit. I don't like tracking uptime and CD in the same place. I hated this always. So instead of doing that, I'm only showing it when it's the uptime time, and for the CDs, I'm using action bars. So this is an action bar, this is an action bar, all of these action bars, which I think is the best so far that I figured out. The only problem with this is if I did change my talents, let's say for whatever reason, I'm not gonna spec Dragon's Breath or Supernova, it's gonna be weird. Like, should I now remove it? And then when I again put it on, it won't be there. Like, it's a bit awkward. With a cooldown manager, it would automatically go away, but it would also shift everything. I don't like that either. I did consider using a cooldown manager. I technically have a cooldown manager spot available right now. Like here as well. It's really weird, I think. Because I wanted this to be like 2 rows and like, you know, icons here and here, basically like this. But then, let's say I have... But let's say I have this and like a bunch of other things, right? I don't know. I don't know. Let's say I was tracking these, or like I had Ring of Frost selected or something, right? And then I decide to unspec, I don't know, Decurse. What will happen is my Arcane Orb. Okay, I wouldn't necessarily track Arcane Orb here, but it's just an example. It would jump to the top right because I changed my talents. Like that's not smart, yeah. So I decided I'm gonna full FF. I'm gonna do only 1 row of things at the bottom. I'll never get it to 2 rows, and for the rest, I'm gonna use action bars. And when I unspec something, I mean, if I don't have Dragon's Breath or Supernova, it's also kind of super rare situation. Honestly, I don't care if it's grayed out and showing as if I do have it. Luckily, mage talents at least are like you have an abundance of them. You probably will have everything always. I might be wrong. They may have changed things. I checked this like a month ago, honestly. But yeah, that's where I'm at with the UI. With add-ons, I mean, I can tell you roughly what I'm using. I did try Tell Me When, but I didn't. There's some use to it as well, but nothing massive. Like you could do something like when you press touch of the Magi, or when you press any CD, you could have the uptime showing. But the problem is when time flows faster, it will be wrong, which is why I went for this thing. This will always be correct because it's from Blizzard. And Blizzard would never make mistakes. But yeah, other things add-on wise. Loot, map, mask. Using any of this. LVUI, of course. I like LVUI. But again, I'm using LVUI only for aesthetics. Not using it for unit frames right now. Not using it. I'm not using it for debuff thing either, because I think the Blizzard has some like extra info. I forgot what it was. Also, I'm not sure how this Blizzard thing worked when you unclap this. Is supposedly only tracking like important stuff. I don't know how this works. Need to check that out as well. Might be worth to play like this. I don't know, and then use it actually somewhere, or maybe you can use it in this way somewhere to show things, but keep it like this on the top frame. Details, encounters, grid 2. Yeah, grid 2 from the raid frames. I really like the absorb, the way I'm showing it. I think this is the best way to show absorbs. And I do not give a fuck about the mana or energy of people. The one time, like, mana used to be interesting, but nowadays I feel like I don't really know. I mean, it would be good like in a dungeon or something, but oftentimes you don't even know what that means. Like somebody can just pop something, regen mana. Like, I don't know, I feel like mana is a bit fake. Healers are probably thinking, what the fuck is this guy saying? But like in the past, you could easily keep monitoring the mana situation, but nowadays there's like potions and teas and whatever, bro. I don't know. I don't care about mana. Ignore Narcissus. I'm not using that actually. My slot midnight. Yeah, this is what I'm using for the viewport, but now it doesn't work for whatever Lua error reason. I don't know if something else is breaking it. Sensei class resource bar. This waypoint UI is actually really cool. I really like this for leveling, for outdoor world content. Highly recommend. So far, good stuff. Yeah, and that's it. This mana is not a thing, to be fair. The DPS mana is nothing. I'm talking about healer mana, yeah. Blood decay energy is useful to see. That I did used to look at it sometimes, but I don't know. For me, it's not useful. I guess maybe for a healer, it's good to see. I don't know. I checked out an add-on called Orbit. No, I don't think so. Orbit UI, Orbit panel, Orbit. What is this? Cooldown manager. Oh, this is another one. This is also one of the ones that like came out recently now. Cooldown enhanced unit frames, party frames. What are enhanced unit frames, dude? Enhanced resources. Advanced color preview, cast bars, action bars. Essentials. Everything's in edit mode. It does sound nice, honestly. Okay, this style I hate, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. What's this line here? It's weird. Oh, it's like showing where the skull is? I don't know. I'm trying to see the action bars. Oh, the auto rotation, is that it? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but honestly, guys, I think it's like this became like a bit of a buzzword situation. Like everybody's making add-ons, and it's honestly mostly just the same thing. And oftentimes it's just like one feature, the one add-on lacks that you don't want to have, and then you go to the other add-on and you lack another feature that you don't have, but you have the one that you first didn't have. And in reality, like none of it matters. You could just like as long as you have the Blizzard stuff and you can like somewhat skin it. That's why I use ABE. Like you can do all of that stuff with it. You're good. Like this is technically the only add-on I need for all sorts of like icon, bars, CTM stuff. And that is the only one I use actually when I think about it. And then yeah, you need something for your resources and for your unit frames, rate frames, done. With rate frames, even you can't do that much from what I see. Like in practice, you can do more. It's just in the raid, everything is a private aura. So I don't know. There's nothing you can do really. Like, not sure what the hell is going on. Let the UI devs steal from each other for another month. Yeah, exact, dude. Yeah, it's just go with something that kind of works and reroll after next year. Honestly, don't overthink it, guys. And we all know in the end we all go back to LVI. I actually never used LVI for these things, but yeah, I might go to it actually. Honestly, guys, pick whatever add-on has the least Lua errors. I'm not even kidding. When an add-on gives me Lua errors, like that is the thing that is triggering me the most and will make me swap away. Yeah, okay. By the way, I did open the windows because it was super hot, but if it's too loud, let me know. There's construction nearby. For sensory class resource bar, is there a way to modify the size of the bar while in dungeon/raid command? I've noticed mine shrinks when I'm in the raid. What? It shrinks when you're in the raid? That sounds like you're having two resource bar add-ons and one is overruling the another one when you zone. That's what it sounds like to me, sir. I don't have this issue. Also, I didn't enter a raid, I guess? I just entered dungeons. Not sure. I just hope Blizzard themselves steals from all the EU items and we can do everything we want without add-ons. Honestly, there's no way. Like, looking at this customization that is still possible, you can still do a lot of things, guys. A lot of things. Like, look at all this shit. It's crazy. Like, look at the cast bar options, which is a bit too much. I need to fix my shit as well. I don't want this to be... I don't know what it's doing, but it's doing some weird shit with the border. Yeah, hide font port? No. I don't know. I'm not gonna do an add-on fixing right now. It's the most brain dead content. This is what I do when I'm like at midnight when I'm tired from all the work. I'll just chill and just look at some add-on shit, and then I fall asleep quickly, you know. But if LUI has an error, they fix it pretty fast. Exactly, that's the thing. I mean, back in the days, I would say maybe not, but nowadays I think Lucky One is blasting it. It feels like so. I would trust LUI, yeah. Also, like I was speaking to Holt and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna like." Apparently, he's going back to like normal life more and putting less focus on the add-on. I don't know. I do same, but with IBM assembly language doc. My god, dude. Whatever that means. Sounds good. Okay, what were we gonna look at though? Valorstones, yeah, true. There's a video from that we're gonna look at from. Wait, did I close it? Oh. Titles from Titles. We're gonna just go there. He also has some other things. Gotta catch up for the expansion, boys. Titles. And that's right. This apparently got changed. I don't even know what this is, but let's see.
So Midnight comes out in 2 weeks, and there's probably a lot of things about the expansion that you do know. Like, hey, my class is getting pruned. Hey, the add-on Apocalypse, that was a lot.
Bro, I must say, by the way, he recorded this at 9 a.m. Guys, I don't know if you can see it on my screen, but this is 9 a.m. Like, I am pressing the like button just because of that. The fucking dedication, boys, okay? Look at him. 9 a.m. has his ear pods or whatever you call this on. Probably went for a quick jog, showered, did his like ice bath in his face, ate a banana, and is now ready to pump. I'm actually respecting that, dude.
We're back to
Am I subscribed to him? There we go. Tedis has been doing some good YouTube content recently. He's been covering stuff. I think he deserves a sub, guys. Yeah. Yeah, the alarm stays personalized. Okay. I'm even like tempted to go all in, dude, on Tedals. First time tank, spent 100 power gain, the history of legendaries, why I'm addicted to World of Warcraft. I mean, honestly, this deserves the alarm bell, like, all in. I'm fully locking in, okay? There we go. Actually, he's a liquid caster now. Unsubscribe. No. Personalized. Okay, one step back. That's too much. Too much for a liquid caster. I think he's casting for liquid. I'm not sure. Okay, let's go.
Where we were with add-ons. Oh, have you heard of player housing, perhaps? One drop of player housing. So there's a lot of stuff you probably have heard about. But what about the stuff that you haven't heard about? And today we're going to be talking about some of the things that are, kind of important to gameplay and just systems and structures in Midnight that you probably didn't know, or if you weren't like playing the beta religiously, you probably weren't able to keep up with. So we're going to take some time to talk about some of the stuff that is changing, at least with the expansion launch, at least at the current time of recording this video. And the first thing that we're going to have to talk about is the crest system is being updated. So it's not actually changing that much, but structurally how some of the upgrades work are changing. First and foremost, Valorstones, Flight Stones, whatever you want to call them, they're gone. Thank God. That level of additional friction that didn't really do anything is getting removed from the game. The big thing that is about this talking point, though, is not about the Valorstones. It is instead...
By the way, that also means now, like, once you're entering the raid for things, you will never need to do any, like, sort of, like, world events or whatever the fuck, right? Like, you don't need to go and play that, like, game in... what's it called, man? Where you have to open the chest in the end and it gives you tons of Valorstones, like the weekly events, or do the theater game or whatever, right? Like, you don't have to do any of that shit anymore. I don't know if that's necessarily good. Like, it was getting people to go around the world and do different activities, but yeah, that is the result. Like, some of it is good, some of it is bad. I would have expected a like big nerf on Valorstones to be better, but maybe they thought that's just not worth it at that point. Maybe also they won't have as many world events and weekly events. I don't know. You said you don't like double tracking for all the time and buff icons, and essentially you can disable aura checkbox for essential in ABE. No. We did. This is a big topic jump. Do I go back and show why? I'm guessing, from what I understand, what you're saying is on the CDM, you don't have to see the aura pop, so you could still use CDM for your CDs and not your action bar. First of all, I mean, I could technically do that, but it's not... Ah, okay, sorry, yes, you can do that. You cannot do it when you don't display the aura. Because what happens is, it will not display your CD until your aura ends. That's how stupid it is. I can show that quickly as well. I mean, I guess a lot of you guys are making your UI. So I'm a guy that does not like seeing my CDs when I don't have them on CD, right? But what happens, the issue is... Why does it work now? Oh, maybe I guess I did get it to working. Or they fixed it? I don't know. I did update my add-ons. What this would do is it wouldn't show me mirror images while they're up. and then after they ended, it would show this frame. So I guess yes. And apparently I have it fixed. It works, yeah. I'm using it that way. Why is this working? God damn it, guys. Maybe action bar profiles fixed it. I don't know. I update my add-ons all the time because otherwise the whole game is fucked, right?
You're
At this point.
like, man, use Bloodlust. They're like, okay.
Yes, okay, dude. I don't know. Yeah. No, I mean, I did disable an alt time. I'm not seeing the uptime. I mean, yeah, I could use a CDM here. I could technically use a CDM here. Yeah, there's no real reason why not to. That's correct. Yes. I might. But also, why would I use it? I don't care. Actually, I don't know if I can put arcane missiles on CDM. Maybe that's why I didn't. Yeah, I can't put arcane missiles here. Or I can put it. Never mind. Dude, I just keep being wrong today. What's happening, guys? I need an L. I need a W. Wait, what? I need an L? It just... I don't know. Today's not... I told you at the start of the stream that I might be an idiot. Okay? Like, that you might think that, at least. I'm doing too many things that I can't talk about, and it's boring. Maybe I need a Red Bull. Good news, though. We're getting, again... Actually, can you guys guess how many Red Bulls we drink per race? What do you think? At the venue. I just want to know, like, I don't know the exact number right now, but I want to know where you guys are at. Like, I have a decent number. Okay, that is actually surprising. Not one person got close. It's around 2,000, guys. The highest was Eclipser EU, 1.5k, my god. Actually, at the venue, it might be more about 1.5k, but I also counted the people at home. That Red Bull also sends them like a care package. Free question. Yeah, it's like 2k plus minus 500, depending on push or not, you know. Yeah, it's around like 2k. Yeah, I think it might be a bit more with the people at home and stuff. I think at the venue maybe it's around, but we also have the watch party. Gotta consider that as well, I guess. And we have free Red Bulls at watch party, guys. By the way, the watch party, like last time we did it. All right, we're gonna go back to Tellus eventually. By the way, sorry, Tellus. Okay, I guess I turned it. It's just as an apology. We turned it back all. The watch party tickets last time we thought we probably will have quite a few people because Gamescom was overlapping. Like people will be there, so that's why we also had like the idea to do it anyways. But this time there is, I guess there's also a Gamescom event still. Something is still happening WoW-wise, but it's not proper Gamescom, right? The tickets are selling quite good. I don't know how many people we're at right now, but like I think like half the tickets may be sold already, and the race did not even start. Right? We will do some advertisement, and like there will be the trailer going up. Like we just tweeted once about it or something. Actually, that reminds me, we should put it like on the titles or something while we're streaming the expansion. But yeah, I think we're gonna sell out. So it's gonna be like around 100 people at the venue. But yeah, anyways, if you're interested in watch party, you do get free Red Bulls, and the price is quite cheap to get in actually. Can we watch party Tellus now? Yeah. Sorry. We go back to Tellus. Crest. Yeah. Very exciting topic. Yeah, tell me more about Crest, Tellus. Okay.
About the upgrade tracks themselves. So the upgrade tracks, they are going to remain. And
I look at this. I see Red Bull flavors, bro. Blueberry, apple, tropical. What's this one? It's not peach, but there's another one, but can't remember. And winter edition. Watermelon, exactly. There we go.
Are going to persist. However, the upgrade tracks are going to be a little bit different. where you see on the right
Orange is apricot, I think.
hand side is what is going to be new about the upgrade tracks, where instead of doing this thing where it was 15 crests per upgrade, instead now it is scalable on a per upgrade basis.
I know this, but I'm just checking maybe something changed.
Where it goes to move something from like 1 out of 6 hero to 2 out of 6 hero, it's 10. To move it to 2 out of 6 hero to 3 out of 6 hero, it's 20. To 3 out of 6 hero to 4 out of 6 hero, it's 30 crests. Meaning,
did they say already? Do we know for a fact what the cap is? Maybe he said
there's going to be exponentially more cost as you try to upgrade your gear a little bit further. I guess it's not exponential, but it doesn't really matter. And this means that the gameplay loop surrounding how you're upgrading your gear might be a little bit different. Obviously, gear that you get out of the vault that has higher item level is going to be more valuable. I guess we don't know about how that's going to work for Mythic Plus. It got added and then got removed. I suspect that it's going to, still drop at 1 out of 6 Mythic from Mythic Plus from the vault. Raid having the scaling myth track crests reduction is going to be a pretty big deal. At the same time, crafting is going to be probably more valuable than ever because that's going to be a massive crest discount. I would not be surprised if pretty much everybody ends up using 10 myth crests on gear to be able to upgrade it to that 6 out of 6 hero track.
That's interesting with crafting. Does that make how does that affect like 2-hand versus 1-hand people? Are we gonna have 2 crafts? Sid, do you know when we get our second craft, or rather our third craft, I guess? I'm not sure. Because if the third craft is coming on second week Mythic, then we are a little fucked as EU. Oh, should be third Mythic week. No. Roger was right, dude. We were saying in some way there will be an advantage, and he became right. I hate it. I hate it when Roger is right, and he's not even like aware why he's right. Like he just procced RNG. He actually DM'd me just now. There's no way, bro. What is he saying? Oh, okay. Yeah. Must be to reach out to a brand, of course. Did consider it. We'll try. Okay. He's not aware that he's right yet. No, not second Mythic week. Oh, third Mythic week. Oh, okay. When you said third Mythic week, I got confused. Okay. Well, then we're good still. And this 2-hand craft is not like an odd spark number. It's not like 3 sparks or something, right? It's just 4 sparks. I haven't checked how much it takes to craft a 2-hander. It's 4 sparks. Tell me it's 4, yeah? Does that make 1-hand people stronger or weaker in any way? Probably not. Not this for certain, but this is what I believe. 2-hand craft is 4 sparks, yes. The third Mythic Week thing. Yeah, that would be very nice if third Mythic Week would be the next part. Like, having a craft gain during progress on a reset is really bad. Not just for, like, EU global release stuff. Like, you just... The bosses are just gonna be nerfed, so you have to make an impossible boss in the week 1 that will be super easy in week 2. Like, you don't want just... I think you don't want crafts to happen during the race. So I hope we get the sparks at the start, week 1 Mythic, and then don't get one in week 2. Okay.
Would be shocked if the correct way of playing the game was trying to upgrade your gear all at the exact same time, meaning that you didn't actually upgrade those chase pieces that you were looking for that were long-term bis immediately. Instead, you had all of your gear at 2 out of 6 myth track. Then you had your gear all at 3 out of 6 myth track. That kind of thing. So, yeah, the upgrade system is changing.
All is a bit exaggerated. Obviously, like a ring will be whatever. Like you're still gonna upgrade, like let's say chest like 2 levels above your ring, you know. But so maybe you upgrade your shoulder before you upgrade your chest twice, so you get it back on the same level. That could be true. I think you also need to consider what loot you're gonna get, and like saving crests is really, really nice.
Changing a little bit. Obviously, I don't think these are gameplay warping changes, but it's definitely something that you can think about. The next thing that you probably didn't know about are damage potions in Midnight. And obviously, we're going to have damage potions. We've had damage potions for a very long time, except this time, damage potions are a little bit different. This time, damage potions are very, very, very OP. And this is probably the best one, Light's Potential. So on screen right here, you see that it says drink to increase your primary stat by 127 for 30 seconds.
Also over 50%.
This is a tooltip error on Wowhead's end. If you actually jump into game, and where's mine? Yeah, Light's Potential will actually grant you 1400 primary stat for 30 seconds.
I mean, I could have told him that this will get nerfed. That's like almost his whole intellect, dude. What the fuck?
Whenever we have about 2100 primary stat. This ends up being about a 70% damage gain, maybe about a 60% damage gain for the 30 seconds whenever you press this potion. And this is kind of gameplay warping, I'm going to say. Getting just an injection of primary stat where you get a 70% damage increase throughout the duration of this damage potion is a big deal. And it's going to be an even bigger deal in, Mythic Plus and Raid content if you're not using those things. Because I think a bunch of routes are probably going to be planned around you using the Light's Potential potion on a 5-minute cooldown. Now, the downside of this is that you're going to get punished a little bit more if you're not
I'm surprised he doesn't like just say, yeah, this will probably get nerfed.
utilizing it in Mythic Plus. If you were like doing a pug and people aren't using them, this means that your damage is going to be significantly reduced, and it's going to make it harder to time keys in a pug. At the same time, I'm going to be honest, probably not that relevant. Probably something that people are going to get more mad about than is actually relevant. And you realistically, if you're pugging a 10, you don't need to use a fucking damage potion in the first place. But at the same time, this is something I would not be shocked, I guess, if it changes. Mostly because they're very polarizing, right? Plus Bloodlust, and then 5 minutes later, everybody uses their potion, and then the next 5 minutes, you use Potion of Bloodlust again, and it's just kind of this.
This would be so stupid.
How you're playing it, because again, it is.
You'd also hold all your cities to those 5 minutes and stuff. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Of course, yeah, the nerf makes complete sense here.
A bigger damage gain.
How big is it now after the nerf?
Than even pressing your offensive CDs. And so obviously, multiplicatively with your offensive cooldowns, huge damage gain potential here, where you can insta-delete a trash pack, especially if everybody's pressing everything. So then
why do they make this upgrade system so convoluted? It makes no sense. They want to welcome new players, is what I agree them with. Let me just upgrade my shit with any size. Honestly, I don't think there are new players playing WoW. I think they play Classic.
You have some really weird situations where people can do some crazy pulls.
It's weird because typically the retail version of the game would be made for newer players, and the Classic one would be like the tryhards, right? But I think it's the opposite in WoW. I think new players probably go Classic first. Especially now, I mean, you can see it also with the hardcore, like the OTK event and Sauerkraut. I think it's like newer players, they just prefer playing Classic. Weird. Half and competitive with secondary stats, I think. They're all damaged at 5-minute intervals and none in between. Yeah.
Okay,
this would be really dumb.
And
no, what you would actually probably do is like you would have to use potions to beat tons of like DPS checks, like an ad spawns, 3 people pot here. Another ad spawns a minute later, or like boss gets heal, absorb, shield, and you need to break it. Okay, 5 people pot here. Like, it's just this would be a horrible thing, and obviously it's gone, and that's good.
Involves kicks and kind of how it works. So with the changes to Midnight, first and foremost, healers lost all of their interrupts. Basically, everybody except for Restoration Shaman, who has a kick on a 30-second CD, all of the healers no longer have an interrupt. With that being the case, a couple of things have changed. First and foremost,
what's the Restoration Shaman CD? Sorry,
all of their interrupts. Basically, everybody except for Restoration Shaman, who has a kick on a 30-second CD, all of the
you said 3 seconds, I heard, but 30 seconds.
Healers
okay.
no longer have an interrupt. With that being the case, a couple of things have changed. First and foremost, every single interrupt straight across the board has their lock duration increased by 2 seconds, meaning that mobs cast less frequently whenever they are interrupted. The big deal, though, is that there are probably, and I would have to wager a guess, about 50% as many caster mobs. Now, with there being about 50% cast, 50% of the amount of caster mobs, I would say the impact of the average cast going off has also significantly been reduced. Where previously you would have whatever bolts going off and it would just one-shot you. Now there's a lot of casts that whenever they go off, they just put a debuff on your player that can be dispelled. I know there's like some in Mycera's Caverns that if you end up letting it go off, it can literally just be dispelled. It could just put a dot onto players. There are some, obviously, that will just straight up wipe you. There's like
that's not good.
Some of the caster mobs inside a Pit of Sauron, they'll wipe you if you basically just like let them go off. I think it's this Cadaver cast, yeah. This Netherburst Cadaver cast. But also, a lot of casts are now on a pretty extended cooldown after you have them kicked. Like you even see here, Pierce Fin Shriek, 28 seconds. Shadowment, 28 seconds.
Nice.
Repel, 25 seconds. So, you know, these casters, the counter shots, the counter spells, the evoker kicks, those things are actually able to kick them on CD as well. So there are fewer casters.
What about CCs? Do they put them on cooldown as well? Does anyone know? When you like stun a mob, are they gonna cast it 25 seconds later again? I would guess so. But
on their kicks,
but maybe those like big CD casts are on mobs that can't be CC'd. I don't know.
It's a lot longer. The actual lockout duration in the game is a lot longer, and so casters just in general are a lot easier to deal with. And just, you know, you could just take my word for it. I've done a decent amount of beta dungeons at this point, and there are just fewer casters. Now, we have seen something that has popped up recently where you can actually now start to track the kick cooldown on your group. A little bit troll, given the fact that this is not supposed to be something that you're able to track, given the current landscape of how add-ons work. However, it looks like there are workarounds for pretty much everything that are add-on related. I would not be shocked if this ends up becoming a full-fledged add-on once the expansion drops in some capacity. As it currently stands, it seems like only a couple of people have figured out how this workaround works. But yeah, I would not be shocked if this ends up becoming a full-fledged add-on where everybody's able to track kicks again. Woohoo! Because that's exactly what we were hoping for. Just kick track.
I mean, I don't know if he's going to explain. But like, this is only if you successfully kick. If you miss your kick, it won't show. Yeah, I think it's all of this is very stupid. You should just have a kick tracker that is made by Blizzard, I think, or just remove kicks from the game. Either like one of those things. Well, like reducing cast, okay. I mean, you're gonna just pull more mages. Then you're always gonna play to your cap, kind of, right? Because why wouldn't you pull more if you can interrupt them?
Need to get deleted just for us to be able to track kicks once more. And I'm just going to rant for a second just to explain how
there are add-ons to track without having to succeed. Really? Okay, I don't know about that.
Stupid this is.
How does that
Blizzard
work?
didn't actually have to make any changes with add-ons. Instead, they elected to try to make the add-on landscape better. And in doing so, they basically landed us back exactly where we were last expansion in the War Within with add-ons, except now with a bunch of workarounds and a bunch of cringe ways that we have to interact with add-ons altogether. They would have been better off just deleting all add-ons, frankly. Any of these...
We said that to Blizzard as well. Roger wrote like a big feedback post. I think this half-ass shit is actually worse in most ways. I think skinning things should be fine, as long as they are not providing proper functionality, which I think ideally they would just... Like, what the fuck is that yellow uptime thing on the CDM, bro? It just sucks. It's just horrible. I saw streamers selling their UIs with that in place. I'm like, what the fuck? What am I watching here? Like, horrible. Garbage. Blizzard, you can do better. But, yeah, ideally they would just... Like, aside from skinning, I think... nothing else should be allowed, basically.
Solutions are better than what we currently have. Now, realistically, these are probably net neutral because there's so many workarounds given what we had of the War Within, except it's kind of annoying to actually have to do all of these changes and, like, change up your UI because we're back at square one. Like, we didn't even do anything. All right, the three things that I thought that you guys wouldn't know about, that were kind of interesting that were changing in Midnight. I hope to see you guys in the next video. I've been streaming most days. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you come and check out my Twitch stream as well, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Twitch stream, I don't know. I don't watch Twitch streams, but I don't know if I follow Teros on Twitch actually, but I'll give him a follow. Oh, following. Done. Good. Yeah. I mean, the big thing is the Valorstones. That's interesting. There's a lot less work to do once you are beyond a certain level in the game. You don't need to do any sort of poop content. That's good, I think. My time feels respected. I like it in general. It will have some like disadvantages as well, but overall I think it's better. I don't know if the housing weekly is character specific or what. Question I can't help with. Okay, we are good with the titles video, but just on the is there anything else to say about the Valorstones things? I mean, he kind of like went over that really quickly. Now costs gold. Kind of want to go on the Wowhead tweet on this and see for people that flamed it because it now costs gold. Are we doing that? Should we flame some people? Are we starting drama with other influencers and stuff? Let's check comments. Oh, Wowhead comments. Oh. I don't know about that one, guys. Wait, where is it actually? I don't see any. I checked the tweet comments, okay? Twitter, Wowhead. Oh, 240 plus? Where is it, bro? I can't see it. I'm not used to checking Wowhead comments. Oh, they're here. Okay, what the fuck? What the helly? Oh. Let me know if you can hear the mouse and it's disturbing. I'll close the window. Why is this needed? They just added a ton of gold sinks. Okay, interesting comment. It was absolutely necessary to throw a random amount of gold on gear upgrade. Okay, it is true. It is not really necessary. Flynn is having a proper take here. Ironic sarcasm take. I don't give a fuck about the gold. Drop the cost of the crest back to where it was. I do agree the crest cost is a bit weird, personally. Even if you increase it, the increase is too much, bro. 50 crests for one upgrade is crazy. I'm okay with this. So Astro just removing Astro was good enough. Nobody wants replacement with a second currency. They'll try anything but making it cost only crest. Isn't this like super low number? Super low. We're paying 250 gold. 3,750 gold. I don't know. I don't think this does any sort of sinking, guys. There's no gold sink here. Unless maybe they add a 0 or something. I don't know. I could see them adding. I mean, in a way, like, gold is like in a weird state. I don't know. That's a whole topic, honestly. Gold itself and like the economy, but I'm not. It's really weird for me. I can't really sympathize with a normal player as well, how it feels. Because you also now like make gold from boosting and people buy WoW tokens and it's like a complete mess. I see a lot of players that don't use 100 gold in chance or sockets, but yeah, is it needed? No. Yeah, whatever may be easier to program, who knows. I think if somebody doesn't use 100 gold in chance or sockets, it's because they just CBA. I don't think it's because of the gold. Now, if you're talking about like 5k in chance, I could see some people going for the cheaper 500 gold version, yeah? I could see that. Should be on the Shadowlands Legendary, but that doesn't mean it's good. I think it's just irrelevant. It's like commenting on the fact that there is an ant on a tree outside. Like, why are there ants on a tree outside? Okay, bro. Who gives a fuck exactly? like just like a completely irrelevant thing. This should not affect anyone. I don't know. Salute smug, put me in, coach. What? I salute back relevant now. Yeah, okay. And aside from this, yeah, this is a reminder. Okay. We're good with this whole topic. We go next, guys. Okay, this is I don't think there's a video on this, or at least I didn't check. But friendly nameplates. Actually, maybe there's a video. Quick, friendly nameplates. No, I don't see it. Okay, we just go. We look at it ourselves. Let me also put my other browser over here. Using their colors. The clickable area. Wait, what are you guys saying? It's not from water. Boosting has completely fucked normal players with the economy. Yeah, I agree. It feels so weird, bro. It takes away just time to farm 4k gold and farming all levels anyways. That is also true. Won't be like 40k per raider in Echo. I guess, yeah. That's true. It's even more maybe, I don't know. Yeah. But full mythic, yeah, I guess after the tier ends as well. But again, 40k per raider is still very low for us. Like Echo is making a lot of gold. So I don't think we should look at us. Second midnight, top. The clickable area for nameplate frames has been increased slightly on all sides to make them easier to interact with. That was needed, yeah. That's good. Important cast highlighting is now more obvious. Okay. Under enemy NPC buffs, debuff, the share CC checkbox is now enabled by default. Okay, whatever. Players can now adjust the scale of simplified nameplates between 15% to 100% using the command console gene amplifier scale value. This was Raikou that was tweeting for this, because you can only jump in like 15% increments apparently. And I guess now you have a console command now. Players can enable class color on friendly. I don't know why you have a console command. You could have just they could have just made it work in the UI. I guess they don't like it. For like new players, it's not needed. That's a level of precision. Make this a bit bigger as well. We are old after all. Players can enable class color on friendly nameplates off and on, and using console nameplate user class. Oh my god, use class color for friendly player unit frames. Value. Okay. So how does it look without? Oh, it just looks white. Okay. Didn't expect that. Fix an issue where read markers icons are not showing in friendly player nameplates. So how does this look like right now when I go to Orgrimmar, Dornogal? Yeah, I have to change my cast bars. I don't like this shit. Quick loom solution with these console commands. I don't know. Wondering those names those are still nameplates. That's why I took a lot of FPS because they tracked HP healing. That's true. Yeah, we can test it in Dornogal. I still disclaimer. I still have not upgraded my PC. I still have my AMD CPU main board RAM next to me. But yeah, so my FPS won't be as amazing, guys. Yeah. Okay, so this is the nameplates. Where can we find a lot of people? Also, since this patch, I sometimes when I like travel around, it's because I played with my graphics, dude. Yeah, I had increased my view distance by a shit ton for some graphic tests. This as well. Okay, that makes sense. What just happened now? Why can I not change it? Okay, I think. Oh, I was keybinding something there. I think by mistake. Let's go to graphic. Okay, let's click all the new stuff. So why It does not go away. Is it just gonna keep saying new? Graphics. Okay. Good. All right. So with this, I have like 48 FPS, 50. I turn it on. It did not impact my FPS at all, guys. Don't have that many people here. It's barely a difference, I think. Nameplates show only names for friendly player units. Okay. Let's try this. So it's like this white. I don't know why, but it is quite small. Can I increase the size of the friendly nameplates? This does increase this, but that will also increase. Sec. What is happening here, bro? Oh, this is not enemy frame. Why is it? Can I attack these? No. I think Plater is trolling here. Let's go to the dummies quick. I like that you track your hearts on the middle of your screen. Nah, that's for that's gonna be replaced with Hellstone. It's gonna be Hellstone. But because I'm using action bars and not weak auras, I can't put it there. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I use an add-on for that. But I don't trust the add-on, so I just went with action bar. Until I get a Hellstone. Somebody can come and give me a Hellstone if you want. Yo. Can you give me a Hellstone? How does that work? Actually, I could make a macro, but how does that work when I don't have a Hellstone in my bags? I don't know. Anyways, wanted to check something else here. The click area of these is still fucked. I'm pressing it right now and it won't click. Like here, I'm clicking right now. Yeah. Now it works. Because you're a plater. Is that something I can configure on plater? Yeah. Oh, he has a special thing. No, it's because he has a demonic Hellstone. It is demonic. That's why I can't take. Thank you. Okay, now I can put it here. Wait. What? What is happening? Why am I not getting it? What the fuck? I can't pick it up. Am I trolling? Are you Alliance? No, I'm not. He's undead, I'm troll. Quick relog. Maybe it's too many Lua errors, dude. Who knows? This game must be just troll for Hellstones. I don't know, guys. What the fuck? World of Warcraft, a world full of mysteries. And he left. Oh, okay. I'm gonna ask this guy, can you drop Hellstones for me, please, sir? He declined my invitation. Why all the warlocks in the world here, by the way? Everyone that presses a warlock. Hey man, can you drop me some hellstones? Okay, let's see if it works. I'm too committed at this point. I need a fucking hellstone, dude. He's looking for it. I can feel it. Worst case, I spin my camera and I find another warlock. No, it's a hunter. Yeah, we're running out of warlocks, guys. This guy was my last chance, and it just... he's moving. Okay, we're dueling. Sure. Oh! Okay. What the fuck? He just completely outplayed me, dude. Oh, what? Okay, maybe if I win in a duel against him, he might give me Hellstone, so who knows. Oh, he popped Hellstones himself? Oh. Oh. Okay, we're really close now. He's summoning a Void Walker. That's a good attempt. Oh, what the fuck? I failed completely. I interrupted and then pressed Arcane Missiles. So, actually, I pressed Arcane Missiles and interrupted by mistake. Okay, now he will give me Hellstones, though. No, what? Did he make demonic ones? Oh, no. Okay, it works. Now, I just wanted to do this. Back to 0. I log out and log in and see if it stays there. Or my action bars remove it. I don't know. Back in the days, the game would always remove it. I want to just drop a well? I don't know. I don't know why the well didn't work, but it stays. If it stays, we're good. Make it a macro, it will stay. Ah, but if I make it a macro, can I have a macro? I bet I can, right? With a, of course, I can put a specific icon to a macro. Okay. Yeah, no, we're good. But I don't know if it will show the item count like that, but it should be fine. Yeah. I do want a macro because I put stop casting on these always. Sometimes you're like, I don't know, like you're using an extra action button or something, or you're stuck, you're like rooted and you're casting an arcane blast and you press it and it's like, you're currently casting. You kind of want to have all your instant casts mostly on a stop casting macro. There should be a setting to just have everything be stop casting, honestly, or like a very easy way to do it per spell, because you don't want to have your arcane blast on stop casting because you're spamming that. Obviously, you would just keep stopping casting. But any non-cast, you could. I'll show you charges if you have it in inventory. Otherwise, just icon. That's good enough for me. Yeah. I mean, the gray out is kind of nice on this, but I would prefer to stop casting. Shouldn't really run out of these anyway, since you just can get every time. I think you can get like things to proc to remind you to get Hellstones anyways. Okay, anyways. How did we land here, dude? We were looking at something. Oh yeah, the friendly nameplates actually. So I can so what about the click zone on my plate there? I don't want to go too deep into add-ons, but what I was wondering is if the size increases the click zone or not. Doesn't look like it. They seem to be irrelevant. We put your action bars. So these are action bars as well, but my key-binded action bars are here and only proc when I press Alt and Control at the same time, which I never do. I don't have that bound. Simplify. Oh, so it's fine. I'm gonna look at this later. But these are not clickable. They're literally just names on top of people, which is what we like. They're overlapping. Yeah, overlapping nameplates, even though my nameplates are also overlapping, actually. What if I have stacking ones? Ah, cool. I say cool, guys, but the fact that it took us fucking 25 years or whatever to get this feature and not having to do some sort of weird workaround through Plater is actually incredible if you think about it. That's kind of crazy. Wild stuff, man. Yeah, I would never recommend. Actually, maybe when you're in a M+, friendly unit stacking might be okay. But in a raid setting, you never want stacking friendly nameplates. That's crazy. You're a wild man if you do that. Yeah, extra button anywhere in the screen. You can use button forge. I'm good, honestly. I don't think I need it. Where do you put your? Should I detach your target cast bar from the target frame? A Blizzard default? Sure, yeah. I mean, you cannot do many things. I'm just saying, like, even the add-on solution to it was incredibly, like, it was like very weirdly done. Like, you had to have a specific way to do it. Oh my god, my eye is itching, dude. Okay, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna go for the class colored one or the white one, honestly, because I think the class colored one might be a bit too much in your face. Might be too much of a rainbow show. We need to see how it looks in a raid setting. But I think people are actually gonna go for the full white one. We'll get used to it. I don't know. I did not even use it in Final Fantasy, and we only had 3 colors there, like tank, healer, DPS. I don't know. I don't think I would do it in WoW. Unreadable as fuck. Like, it's the information is not that important to warrant like so much of your attention. I think in principle it looks nice, but in reality you wouldn't want this in a raid. It also could be fight dependent. What's really cool is also that you can like make it smaller, right? Like as a melee or something. Actually, I didn't think about that. Let's make it really small. Damn, you can make it super small. Yeah. Like in the past, I wouldn't use friendly nameplates as a melee. I think it was too much for me. I mean, I guess you probably could have made it smaller anyways by using smaller fonts or whatever, but this is actually still readable and it's small. So I would also disable these. These are some cool settings. I like it. Good job, Blizzard. Okay. We go back. What's next? What's next? Upgrading. We talked about that. Is it the classic survey time, guys? Yeah. Let's look at classic. There was a classic survey or something. Everybody is at least fucking reacting to it, so we're gonna do it as well, obviously. But first, should I watch this video? What exactly is Classic Plus from Jordy? I think Jordy is is the leader of a private server guild, if I remember it right. So take on healer damage should be high or low? Low. And it should be a stupid ass rotation as well. Like one button, literally. Maybe two. Because I haven't seen it. Okay.
When you
We look at it, maybe we cancel this early. Let's see.
started playing World of Warcraft, you'd race home from school, throw your backpack on your bed, get on the computer, sit down, and
your mom comes in.
cinema. Now, regardless of when you started playing, we've all had that feeling
Good
of
times.
not knowing what's over that mountain, what challenge is next, what piece of gear may be the next big upgrade that some random boss in a dungeon just so happened to drop. The mystery of what was out there kept you firmly locked in, wondering what was next. And I think, or hope so at least, that Classic Plus can give us that feeling back.
I think, by the way, like people are saying like new MMOs, right? They are so weak because the older MMOs have so much things accumulated and stuff like that. The one thing with people miss though is like novelty. Sure, nostalgia is nice, but people sometimes also want to have something new, even if it's not better, just new, where you don't know the systems in the game, you know. So I think I'm not that depressed and like pessimistic about newer projects. I think things can work out. MMO developers, don't give up, keep going. Yeah, obviously it's nice, but yeah, people should be motivating MMO developers more. Come on, guys, we can do this. Let's go.
I could talk about Classic Plus every day for the next 2
Meanwhile, I'm watching a video at Classic Plus.
years. I could do it.
国服目前还没有任何关于 Plus 的这个讨论，所以说有没有现在还不清楚。
I love Classic, and I want the best version of Classic WoW to be available for the people that want to play it forever.
I want there to be a resource for Blizzard to be like, okay, look, maybe a ton of people want this or a ton of people don't.
Hey guys, I'm Jordy, and Classic Plus, as of this video's release, hasn't officially been announced yet, but thankfully, it does look like we're gonna get it. Blizzard has dropped hint after hint after hint that they're working on something big, with the community frothing at the mouth to figure out exactly what that is.
所以暴雪能不能智能起来？现在立刻马上把 Plus 2.0给我端上来！
So yes, we all want it.
WoW is huge in China, by the way. I think China might have more WoW players than the rest of the world, right?
But the
crazy
question I kept running into as I started thinking about a series about Classic Plus, what exactly is Classic Plus? No, really.
Imagine being Chinese, bro, and you're playing WoW. It must be fun, dude. Your whole country plays it. Actually, then again, a lot of people live in China as well, I guess. Would be interesting to know, like, percentage of the population-wise, how many people play in China versus other countries. Like, I don't know, you go, like, outside, you know, and you see a person, like, you know he's a WoW player probably. It's like how you know, like, the people, I don't know, eat a certain type of food or play football or whatever in your country, you know, like, whatever is, like, the most common thing. Like, you know, like, everyone at school is like, yeah, playing WoW, yeah. Of course, like, no-brainer.
I'm
nice.
asking you, person watching this video, what is Classic Plus to you? Okay, think about your answer because we'll come back to you in a sec, but since this is my YouTube video, stay with me here. When I started asking myself that question, I ended up having many conversations with a very good friend of mine, Only.
Hey, I'm Only. I created the Hardcore All-Stars tournament where Blizzard announced official hardcore servers.
Yeah, I just want to own the server. That's what I want to do.
Nerd!
I met Jordy way back in unofficial Hardcore WoW when he killed my priest in Strat UD. Thank you.
Shackle the guardrail if it gets you.
Yeah, I will. The diamond.
LOS all the way behind this wall. We should LOS all the way behind the wall.
I'm netted. Yo, help me get out. I really need help.
Hey, we can't shoot.
Healing.
Dude. Look, I still argue that wasn't my fault.
The whole thing that never ends, yeah. Pirate Surfer needs to join these guys.
So, Only and I kept talking about what we'd want to see in Classic Plus, but we kept bumping into a few issues. First, why should anyone care what one person thinks Classic Plus should be? Sure, we've got a bunch of ideas, we've got our non-negotiables and dreams for what this game could be, but we're not alone in that.
I wanted to be able to flesh out our ideas because talking about things and thinking about things is a good way to figure out what we actually want.
If they ever do Classic Plus, I would love to see them do it like in the spirit of Classic.
Oh, is this like? Oh, is this the survey that people are talking about? That's what we're gonna look at. But this is interesting.
Talking about things and thinking about things.
I love this, dude.
Things is a good way to figure out what we actually want.
If they ever do Classic Plus, I would love to see them do it like in the spirit of Classic.
You know what I would like to see in Classic Plus?
Classic Plus.
Classic Plus.
Classic Plus.
Classic Plus. There's no discussion about Classic Plus. I mean, there is, but like there's no real hub.
And Soda is right. There isn't. Old School RuneScape has this great polling system. Jagex asks the community if they should do some new feature or make some new change, and the community votes on whether or not they want that thing to happen. But Blizzard isn't gonna do that. They're either too proud or too scared to offer up the reins of what Classic Plus might be to the community. But we care a lot about this game, and while the developers have their reasons—
But also the way like the OSRS people do it is like they still do what they want in a way, but like, or they propose whatever they want. You know, like the community can't propose a change. They can propose changes and the community can vote yes or no. And if they get above, like they need to get above a certain threshold to be able to implement it. Which obviously, for example, wouldn't necessarily have worked with the add-on changes, right? I would love to see that poll on the add-on changes, actually, because a lot of the add-on changes, I think, are also done for newer players. So, like, whenever the company's goal is to get newer players into the game and not for the old players might veto that, which is kind of crazy, that power. But yeah, I think it's overall still quite nice what Jagex is doing there.
Doing what they're doing, we wanted to take matters into our own hands and figure that out ourselves. What do we, as the community, think Classic Plus should be? So, we took the initiative and we made it happen. Introducing the entirely fan-made, with no input from Daddy B whatsoever, WoW Classic Plus, a place where we've gone through everything that we could think of to ask you, Intrepid Adventurer, what you want to see.
So right now you can head over to the website and start taking some surveys. An intro survey followed by a bunch of smaller ones covering every aspect of the game we could think of, from zones to PvP to raids and even itemization. Once you're done, you'll be able to see how your answers stacked up with the rest of the community.
And after
That's
that,
crazy.
we want to invite you to offer up your big ideas and pitches on the content pages. Now, each of these is built around creating a space for you to give your best ideas up to the community, where people—
It'd be funny when they eventually make a private server with all these things and just give it to people, and Blizzard just a big fuck you. What's the difference between this and SOD? I don't know. That's the thing. I mean, gotta check the survey out to know that. But that is true. Like for me, Classic Plus would just kind of be SOD with just more content and maybe more seasons. That's what I would say. I was happy with SOD, dude. I don't know, but I don't know what people else have in mind.
Then vote up or down, and soon enough, the best ideas will be known. Now, speaking of best ideas, in my previous life, I wrote television. So narrative is super important to me to keep me grounded in the reason I'm doing something. And to me, Classic Plus doesn't really make any sense. Why would the game just change from what it became to what we want to see? And then it hit me. Did you guys know that Doomlord Kazakh is actually the guy who opened the dark portal to Outland that enabled TBC? Now, imagine with me, if you will.
Oh, shit.
I remember well the sting of defeat at the conclusion of the Third War. I have waited far too long for my revenge.
This is pretty cool, yeah.
Now, the shadow of the Legion falls over this world. It is only a matter of time until all of your failed creation is undone.
I think I stop him.
Legion will conquer all.
I'm out of range.
Not again. Not again.
That is funny. The sword just going into it and it's just blowing up. It's like an accident in the lab or something. Like, imagine he could have just tripped and that would have happened. Like, what the hell?
Zug zug.
King's honor, friend.
Okay, so that's what I want to see that explains why we're getting Classic Plus, at least narratively.
The Dark Portal is destroyed during Kazac's attempt to open it to Outland, changing the future.
I do think, yeah, narrative is quite important, and you probably want a cool story that is attached to it. I would love it for it to be not too complicated, though. Like, this is simple. I get it. I'm good. This is the best lore I've seen so far, because I do not watch typically any other things, and there's like too much for me.
Of Azeroth forever. And right here, we've pitched everything that you just saw on the website. And for subsequent videos, the most upvoted or community favorite ideas that you, yes you, person watching this video, submit could be selected to be fully animated into something like you just saw, featured alongside a bunch of other content that people have pitched. And look, maybe you think this idea sucks. Or
what are you gonna do with all of this, though?
You're a glorious red shirt guy and can explain in the lore why none of that Kazac idea makes any sense. So, come tell us, up or downvote it. Then head over to the Discord where we built a place to house all of the discussion, and together we can figure this out. And to top it all off, as you interact with the website, your rank on the Discord goes up. Pretty cool.
So, complete the surveys, check out and vote on other people's ideas to help filter out the good ideas from the bad. And
this makes like it feels like I'm watching a Blizzard video right now. Like, it feels like this guy is working for Blizzard, but from what I understand, he's not, right? This is completely like he's just doing it. But why? Like, either it's a private server, or like, is he really gonna pitch this to Blizzard? Like, at the same time, what the fuck is Blizzard doing? Why haven't they hired this guy yet? I'm so lost. None of this makes sense.
Even pitch an idea of your own.
And to help get that process started, we've posted all our content ideas that you can react to and use as your starting point. From a whole phase schedule to new talent trees that keep classes unique while removing clunkiness. We'll talk about all of that soon, but for now, you can go to the website and check it all out.
Oh, and we translated the entire website to Chinese for them as well. They're going to be playing this too, and their voice should be heard.
你们这群懒鬼没尝过资本主义的铁拳吗？还有那个运营反馈速度 ，Look my eyes，多向雷火学习。
Because let's face it, Classic WoW.
I love that guy, dude. This guy is definitely would be fun to watch, I think.
Blizzard's game anymore. It's ours. So let's act like it. Strap in, because we're about to find out what Classic Plus really means. Welcome to the Classic Plus project.
Haven't we done this before?
Huh? Me not that kind of orc. What?
Mount Highgel place, or what is this? Undead Pala, I like that. Oh, I guess you gotta give them somehow, like, Blood Elves and thingies won't exist, I guess. Lore-wise or what. I guess these are like interesting things that would be possible if we don't go into TBC and while we're still staying in the vanilla world in Azeroth, I guess. Silverman Raid, is that what's hinted? Yeah. Okay. I mean, this gotta be a private server, right? I don't know.
I don't think so.
What? Just, I don't think so. If this doesn't become a private server, I don't know nothing, bro. But okay, so this is the initial video, and then there's a survey video. Okay, so this is the result of the survey, I guess. The people have spoken. Fuck it. Let's look at it.
Haven't we done this before?
Part 2. Okay, we saw this part.
Jordy and our little project created an absolute insane amount of buzz in the community.
This is really well made.
Super sick.
Ooh, uncovering Dalaran. Project Classic Plus, baby.
And as of this video's recording, we have 35,000 introduction surveys taken, with over 200,000 total surveys covering every aspect of the game completed. The surveys are still up, and that number is steadily increasing, but I do want to get into what we are seeing, what the community thinks.
I think we all disagree here.
Same.
I feel like Liquid doesn't give a fuck about Classic. Is that true? That's a feeling I'm getting. I've never heard of them care about Classic. I feel like Max thinks like Classic is for losers or something. They will get a cease and desist so fast. If they do a private server, yeah. I don't know what they're gonna do with this. I doubt that content creator will make content or stream on an illegal WoW server. That's true, but at the same time, private servers are a thing right now. They are quite successful still.
And what exactly Classic Plus is to us all. And while I can't tell you Blizzard has officially noticed and said that
what? WoW would have died without the introduction of WoW Classic. No.
To us all.
Excited to announce that. I guess we'll save that for later.
Just based off of my experience communicating with them, I know that they're paying attention.
They are completely different for the most part than modern players. You know, can we as World of Warcraft do a bit of experimentation? Because we hear what they want. What do they really want? And in some cases, they created it themselves, like hardcore. That's what we're aiming for. We're in a very exploratory space with Classic, and we are listening.
Now, the next video in this series will be showcasing all the incredible pitches and ideas that the community has created, as well as an absolutely exhaustive amount of ideas that only I have. But this little video is just the numbers, and oh man, are they interesting. Now, I want to preface everything I'm about to talk about with this. I'm not saying nor recommending Blizzard make Classic Plus by committee here. While I do think a polling system is a great and much needed feature for future releases, doing it this way, with all the surveys being as long and exhaustive as they are, it's just not a great way to decide on everything. But I do think it's very important to see how the community feels about a certain direction and hopefully course correct on anything that they might already be doing.
I mean, at the very least, they could do a private one, right? Where they only see the results. Like, it's crazy, bro, that there is nothing like that. I don't understand why. It does not make any sense to me.
doing to avoid running the Titanic into an iceberg?
There is. Like they send sometimes some emails out or something. It is very, very weak. I mean, I don't know what you have filled out, but typically it's like very unrelated, like vague questions about something like completely, maybe very far ahead of the future or something. Like this add-on thing could have been pulled, for example, yeah? Yeah, I don't know if you have the exact thing. Is one of the new specs for classes. Yeah, I don't know what the exact thing. If you have the thing we could pull, we could look at it.
Why they turning? Is it hard over? It is, yes, sir, hard over. It's got a hit!
Now, speaking of icebergs, let's talk the most surefire ways to screw up Classic Plus. According to the community, out of over 35,000 individuals who answered, almost unanimously, everybody agrees that flying mounts would ruin Classic Plus. Good stuff, guys.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Now, everybody also agrees that the leveling pace of the original game is just right, with the majority agreeing to keep it the way it is. Only 1.4% of respondents said that they'd rather skip leveling and buy a boost.
That's so fucking troll. I don't understand this, man. How can you play classic and you would want to get at the end game immediately? Like, if you want to play end game content, play retail. I don't know.
So, Blizzard, if you're listening, no boosts, please. No leveling increase. Just keep it the way it was.
Yeah, close to 50% wants to be faster. Yeah, I agree, but it's crazy, actually. I don't think it should be faster. I agree with Jordy. The content, is the leveling. Like, the majority of the content for a lot of people is just leveling. Leveling is boring. I'd rather boost my characters. 1.4%. I don't know how these people like Classic if you think leveling is boring. Imagine leveling to level 60 in Classic if you think leveling is boring. What the fuck?
Buzz. Mad Season, this one's for you. Now, moving on to something I honestly found surprising, a majority of players believe that transmog is bad, with 51.6% of players agreeing that it should not be in the game.
Finally! I fucking knew it. I'm not alone, dude. I would love to know what this percentage looks like in retail, by the way. But I knew it. Transmog sucks. It's horrible, man. The people that don't want it gone just don't have the vision for what the world would be like without transmog. If I had tier 3 in retail, I'd vote no too. One sec, guys. By the way, today was not going to be a long stream. Let me check until when. I think we have 1.5. Yeah, we have still 1.5 hours. Okay. Okay. My phone vibrated. I thought it was something. It was an Uber ad. Thanks, Uber. Yeah, let me call an Uber right now. That's what I need.
Honestly surprised by this as well. I hear a lot of different opinions about transmog, so this one was a pleasant surprise. Now that we've seen what
I'm crazy. No, 50% agrees with me, bro. I mean, Classic are my people, dude. I need to go to Classic.
Exactly Classic Plus shouldn't change. Let's talk about what the community thinks should change.
I wonder if there is a question with should Classic Plus have a race to first like in retail where the content is actually hard? I would love to know the answer to that.
While it's a bit mixed in how it should work, over 70% of respondents agree that raid size should reduce from 40 somehow, with about half of those wanting this.
I think it depends. I think if you keep it easy, I think 40 man is cooler. If you want to make it harder, then I think you should reduce raid size, because otherwise your actions kind of don't matter, and you're gonna keep wiping to some idiot, which probably is still right now the case. But you can endure it if it is just if it's an easy raid, like eventually people are gonna get it. But if it's hard and you're only wiping because of people suck, that would be a tilter, yeah. Oh, they say reduce required races to 20 and allow me to bring more than 25 once, like in SOD. Is that how it was in SOD? I guess I didn't play after Sunken Temple. Reduce required races or implement flex rating so you can bring more players and the challenge stays the same. Oh. Then they did flex rating in SOD. But it seemed like the bosses didn't get harder here. Here they get harder. Okay, but either way they reduce raid size. Okay.
Season of Discovery version of raids being tuned to 20, but allowing you to bring more. Or a retail WoW-like version of flex rating where the challenge changes as you gain or lose raid members. Next up, Dungeon Finder. 67% of people want Dungeon Finder, but only in that it helps to group you, not teleport you to the dungeon.
Yeah, I agree with this. Like, let's think about leveling here. Grouping up with the Dungeon Finder is probably pretty nice. Teleporting there isn't. End game. Endgame is a bit weird, right? Because I don't know how much dungeons you spam. It's funny that in retail you actually need to walk to your M+ as well. Or like fly there or whatever. I mean, I guess you have TPs and stuff later on, but I think during leveling, going to the dungeon is definitely good. On endgame, I'm not sure. Maybe like once you completed it once, you could TP there. I don't know. AK40 took at least 2 days to complete. On the re-release, or what are we talking about? At the end, they did flex rating in SOD. I guess every more is like, and plus it's the same. Well, unless you unlock the TP. Some people in retail too, but I guess 2 people have to travel. True, yeah, you can summon on retail. Yeah, you're right. Without a warlock. I like the mini game of like figuring out when you get to the dungeon and like the sense of responsibility that you go there early. If you go there early, you take a quick break while you wait for the others, or you can solo elites for some XP or something, or loot. And if you go there late, you feel a little bit bad and you have to like rush things a little bit. But I like that mini game in my head. I don't know. I think it's cooler than, okay, are we just all teleporting? Press it, yes. Although, would I like really dislike automatically TPing to the dungeon? I would still have fun. I don't know. I don't know if it's necessarily worse. Yeah. I don't know. I think both would be fine, honestly. Just do it like a normal one, but auto and teleporting inside run them. Okay.
What confuses me here, though, is that 74% of people want summoning stones as well. So I guess you're all okay with making 2 people travel there to summon the other 3, which de facto is the same as Dungeon Finder, kind of. This was a weird result. I think some of you are passenger princesses and are okay with it. Now, most of you like the idea of heroic dungeons, or at least some version of it, depending.
Summoning, I do agree with the poll. That's what I would instinctively say should be done as well. But I think when I'm playing it, honestly, it doesn't matter. Like, I think all would be fine. Should there be heroic dungeons?
How it's implemented. Also, a majority want AoE looting.
Heroic dungeons on low-level content on Classic would be crazy. How does that even work? Should AoE looting be implemented? That's an interesting one as well.
Personally,
yes.
I'm not a huge fan of AoE looting, but it's not a huge deal. Fine. Now, moving quickly to the class survey, over 70% of respondents think Retribution Paladin needs major revamping.
What class do you think I consider my main chat the best class? The Paladin.
While Balanced Druid and Protection Paladin come up just behind. Ret just needs a little encouragement to really break free of its vanilla shackles. The biggest one on this list, in my opinion, 55% of respondents would prefer if GDKP was not in Classic Plus. If you look at the demographic data of people who answered that they were hardcore raiders, that number drops to 49.5%, but separately, for people that
what GDKP enjoyer in the chat? I'm sorry, bro. You're not getting that. That's crazy, dude.
Only labeled themselves as hardcore raiders and nothing else, that number swaps to 47.1% wanting GDKP.
Wait, you can decide? Oh, you're like giving info what type of raider you are. It's mostly similar though, right? Even a hardcore raiders. Oh no, never mind. It does flip. Wait, let me the name, the text is a bit weird. Let me
look at the demographic data of people who answered that they were hardcore raiders. That number drops to 49.5%, but separately, for people that only labeled themselves as hardcore raiders and nothing else, that number swaps to 47.1% wanting GDKP, with 41% saying they prefer not to have it. I'm not going to editorialize this, but it's fascinating. The last highlight here, and this one is a slam dunk, is that 95% of people who answered, so something like 32,000 or so people, want to see dual spec implemented. I think this is a safe addition for Classic Plus, and the community seems to agree. That's the no changes, the changes.
Yeah, the question is, should trio spec be implemented as well? That's the thing. I don't know, man. The talent things, I generally don't like locking things in, but yeah, Classic had that weird thing where your choices being meaningful and actual, like it actually was. But nowadays you have all the gold, like knowledge how to farm gold and stuff and get ahead of people. So it's not really, it's more of a nuisance. I feel like maybe once you achieve certain things, you would be able to respec more freely. Like maybe during leveling you need to have only dual spec, but after that you can maybe you can have triple spec when you go max level or something, or you can even just hardcore like fully respec whenever you want type of thing. I don't know. I have hero talents and everyone loves them. I don't know. The hero talents are just talents, right? What do you mean? Wouldn't Echo be obsolete? It'd be fucked if boosting GDKP was banned. I mean, this is for Classic. I don't know. I don't care. I don't know. I think GDKP is something completely else. You can still boost, right? It doesn't say you're allowed to boost.
Now, the most debated topics that we can't get true clarity on. First up, how this server rollout should occur. Now, this one was all over the place, with no option getting more than 30% of the
crazy.
vote. 27% want 1 mega PvP server and 1 mega PvE server. 24% want a condensed server list like in SOD, with further consolidation over time, and then down from there in terms of options. It's super interesting seeing how split everybody is on this. On the question of Classic Plus having new classes, 43% do not want to see any new classes.
I mean, the server thing, it depends on the technical difficulties, right? Otherwise, it's like obvious one server would be better than having multiple. But I'm guessing the server will crash. I'm guessing that's the issue. Condensed server list like an SOD with consolidation happening over time. Yeah, and that is what makes sense if there is no technical difficulties. Only 1 mega server that lets people play opt in out of PvP, safe zones and towns, war mode, etc. I don't know. I kind of don't like that one. I think you should either be in it or you should be out of it. There shouldn't be like a way to make yourself safe. The only tilt is if you get griefed. You remember I had like some guy camping me on multiple characters on stream. That was some crazy shit. Like I literally was unable to play. But I mean, I don't know, bro. Don't be a streamer then. Like, and if you're a streamer, you can hire bodyguards worst case. Like, I don't know. I think it's fine. I would not want to be safe in a PvP world. I think that's troll. Many servers at launch, some PvP, some PvE, a couple RP, like vanilla classic launched with. An RP service is absolutely needed, I think, for RP players. That's crazy that like people don't respect that. I feel like the RP, like this is the problem with polls, right? If you're the minority, nobody gives a fuck about you. So if you're an RP player, yeah, good luck. PvP, PvE server, like it's the fourth option. I think obviously RP servers should exist for people who want to do RP. What is this, like obvious, like it's crazy that they like you wouldn't want RP servers. At the same time, I think maybe if some PvP, some PvE, a couple RP. I think if you said 1 mega PvP, 1 mega PvE, and 1 mega RP, I think people would have actually voted yes on that as well, though. I think the poll is also a bit stupid here.
Interesting seeing how split everybody is on this. On the question of Classic Plus having new classes, 43% do not want to see any new classes, with 34% and 12% wanting to see new classes in some way, whether that be
I would press no on this as well.
completely new classes or stuff that we've seen in retail already. Now added up, that's 46% for new classes and 43% against. The community is pretty split on this one. And in terms of the server resetting every couple years, and I admit this question could have been written a bit better.
But if this was seasonal,
pretty split.
oh shit.
Some of you,
if Classic Plus was seasonal, I think I'll be more okay with classes. But if it's something that gets continuous content added on top and like developed further and further, I would definitely say no. But yeah, if it's like, yeah, one season, like Season of Discovery, and it's gonna be up for like a year, and you know after that there is a reset and they will try different things, I would be fine with new classes being in there that can then be removed the next season. But I don't know if they want to do that.
Against. The community is pretty split on this one. And in terms of the server resetting every couple years, and I admit this question could have been written a bit better.
How do you feel if Classic Plus had an element of seasonal servers resetting every couple years? Okay, yeah. I think that's completely fine with me.
The community is also pretty split. Some of you are down for fresh every so often, some never want to see it, and most are just not sure, wanting to hold judgment depending on how it's done.
I don't know. Don't reset the servers, guys. I mean, it can be done if you go for like horizontal like rewarding. I don't know, I forgot what it's called again. Horizontal progression. I think you can do that with horizontal progression. With vertical, I don't know. I think it's just not maintainable, the game. Like everything just will be outdated and you're gonna no longer play any of the thing that is classic anymore. And you'll need like character boosts and stuff to get to the fresh content, because there's gonna be so much fresh content that it doesn't make sense having people have to grind through the old content first. I don't know. I mean, I guess the new content could be at lower levels as well, but then you need to change a lot of the classic stuff. I don't know. I think seasonal is completely fine. In fact, I probably would prefer it. Or horizontal would be also fine. Yeah. But vertical and not resetting is a hard no. I think that's true. So if you did go to old school RuneScape route though, where you definitely do not reset jack shit. But I think old school RuneScape has horizontal stuff, right? I don't know. I actually don't know what the end game looks like there. Do Path of Exile 2 realms temporary plus permanent and they merge end of every season. You mean like a softcore and a hardcore thing? Oh no, wait, you have the seasonal and then you can merge it to the thing. Yeah, but I think you need to develop it in a way. Like, I would imagine the permanent service is kind of dead, or like no one plays that. That's what I would assume in Path of Exile, and that's what I would assume would happen here, because you need to develop the one thing. I don't think. Yeah, it's a graveyard realm. Yeah, sure, you could do that, but I don't think it matters. Like, it's not going to add anything. I would say seasonal is that's what I'm saying. I think Season of Discovery was a good attempt at Classic Plus. I don't know.
So this is just our initial findings. We've been building this data browser for everybody to use, which right now you too can go check out. Do you want to see what the auction house gamers think about connecting all the auction houses? Boom.
Bro, they need to have a poll for like difficulty of raids.
Go check out the data for yourself right now. While all of that is great, what about the content? Well, that too has been insanely positive, with an absolute truckload of ideas being submitted and tens of thousands of upvotes and downvotes on all of these ideas over the course of the last 2 weeks. So while you're on the site, go upvote what you think are the best ideas. And like I said earlier, the next video will be much larger and expect that soon. But while you chew on the data, we wanted to leave you with one more thing.
Oh. What? New cinematic. While sailing.
What is it?
Good day to you. You're getting on my nerves.
Hey, what is this place?
I supply only the finest goods.
Hey, where are we in the world right now? Is that like Tannerus or what? Tannerus is getting oh, it's an island on Tannerus. I thought it was just the east coast. The Steam Middle Cartel people are going to the, or at least that's reminding me of this pirate. These are human. Oh no, there's goblins. They're going to Tannerus. Okay. Sure, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind something like that. I don't know. I think it's not a massive deal. Also, I don't think even the game needs massive changes early on. Like, yeah, some small things here and there is completely fine, I would say. Water looks bad. I mean, a lot of it just looks bad, sir. It's just... Oh, actually, I don't think the water... Ah, okay, it doesn't move. Yeah, you're right. It does look bad. Wait. I didn't notice it until you said it, though. It just doesn't move, that's why. Sure. Okay. Is there a question on raid difficulty? I just wanna, that's what I wanna know, dude. Can I go in here, takes or explore content? The system, the player, would it be the systems, I guess? Jesus. What is this? Leveling. 85 system. RP should not lock out NPCs. True. Okay, yeah. Increase aggressive speed for fixed dungeon farming meta. That's an interesting one. Damn, these are rough questions, dude. Increase quest XP to fix dungeon farming meta. Would you do that? I don't think so. I think I would cap the amount of times you can run a dungeon back to back, perhaps, while leveling, maybe. Is this a real or fake stripe? It is a fake one. It's the fake one, sir. I would break. I mean, it's the AI version right now. The real one is practicing for race, doing some research. It would break. Oh, sorry. You asked me a question. My code broke, and I told you the reality. It will break leveling completely if you increase quest XP. Just nerf dungeon XP slightly. That's the thing. I think the reason I don't like that is a normal player won't be faster leveling in a dungeon. And just because some neckbeards are gonna run it at the speed of light, I don't think you're supposed to accommodate for that by nerfing the dungeon XP, which is the same thing if you buff the quest XP, whether you nerf or buff that. Also, you're gonna be nerfing AoE leveling as well, which I think is really cool, and I don't think you want to get rid of. I would just limit the amount of times so you can enter a dungeon back to back, or every time you enter a dungeon, you get less XP from it. That's actually even better. Every time you run a dungeon, you get less and less XP from it over time. That would be super free and makes complete sense. And it's the best opinion. Objectively, of course. It is objectively the best opinion. Just coincidence that I happen to have this opinion. Are you using the survey results? Thank you, sir. That's crazy, dude. How did they make the faction balance so fucking good? I am actually in shock. I can't scroll down without swapping with putting my camera here. That is incredible. I have no idea how Blizzard managed this, but this is amazing to me. This is perhaps like the most interesting part of, like, most magical part of what they made with Classic. The fact that people are so close, like damn. That's crazy. Despite these factions being so different from each other, and also having even two different classes on both sides, like Shaman and Paladin on both sides, and still and like Alliance being like really strong for raiding apparently or something, right? Like maybe later on with like human weapon specialization stuff. I don't know. There's some shit there. Like all the ratios that are in place that break the balance. Whichever is best for Raid Arena this expansion. Okay, that's not really Classic play. It's like a debate question. If you're already saying expansion, it's control way stronger. It's not even close to vanilla. Alliance is way stronger. Maybe that's why more people got into Alliance, I want to say, but I don't know. Like maybe Horde people are more. But either way, man, Alliance is way stronger in raiding. Okay. Either way, the balance is so good. Incredible. I also don't switch really. I play Horde, bro. Horde all the way. Okay, which is but Dungeon Survey, Raid Survey. Should there be level up raids that give strong items or require 10+ players? Yeah. I mean, of course, right? Like if you don't want to do it, you don't do it. It's always gonna be good. Would I say like this is like a necessity? No, but it would be nice. How do you feel about catch-up rates? So AQ20. Okay, I haven't run these, but catch-up rates from the name itself, I think are okay. I don't know. Are nice, I guess. I mean, obviously you don't care about it if you are playing. It's like development time that goes into it. Should it be used for something else? No, I think it's good. Catch-up rates are great for gearing alts, and more of them would be a welcome addition. Yeah, I agree. And also something doesn't need to be like exactly good for you. If it's good for a bunch of other people, that's still good, yeah? How do you feel about RP elements and raids? Too soon executors. I don't know what this is, but RP elements and raids. It sounds good, but I don't know what this is. Yeah, it makes sense what is said here. When the RP removes what makes sense, don't change anything, make sure anything in your class will stay through the RP. I don't know what too soon executors is. I didn't run classic Naxxramas. Master Lance is so good as King and Salvation and Human and Dwarf racial, plus it generally has a better leveling route. Okay, leveling route, Schmel leveling route, bro. That doesn't matter, I would say. Have a Horde player, Mind Control, and Alliance player, and they can get it when it drops. Wait, what? They can get Alliance can get to do a vegan classic? Oh, War Chief, World Buff you can get with Mind Control. Oh my god. World Buffs need to be they need to fuck off in rates. I think we're all agreeing on that, right? I'm sure we're gonna see that. How do you feel about rates getting nerfed days, weeks, months after launch? Oh, I think this is fine. I think this is fine because this is the only way we're gonna realistically get hard rates. Let's see. I think people might say no though on this one. Yeah, because these idiots, they want easy rates. Obviously, nerfing easy rates is not needed. But the goal will be to get harder rates. So yeah, it's going to be outliers aside. Nerfs never feel good and should never happen. Let players struggle. We'll get it eventually. No, you're not. Let's be real. You're just not going to get it because you're bad. If they make the rates hard, you're just going to suck. That's the reality, unfortunately. Nerfs should happen once, announced well ahead of time, and then never again for that content. I'm in this crowd mainly because I think this is the only way to get hard rates, and I would like to have hard rates. If there were no super hard rates, would I still play WoW Classic Plus? Yes, I would. So, I guess either way, I'm in, boys. Given the choice of... Wait, what are the other options? I prefer PT... Wait, 1 second. Okay. I read some idiot opinion. 1 second. No opinion, and sorry, inevitable, the easier the content is, the better. I think these guys probably Chinese and the translation went wrong. No meme. This is not real. These are not real people. Maybe it's like bots or something. I don't know. Okay, given the choice of a new raid being spoiled by PTR but launched relatively bug-free versus a completely unseen raid but fairly buggy. We don't have to have it fairly buggy. Like, things can be tested. They do it on every end boss. I don't know. This question is worded very wrong. And you don't want PTR. I prefer the bugs. Despite that, people voted I prefer the bugs. The wonder of not having seen what's in the raid and ongoing in blinds. I'm really curious what global release, by the way, on this whole thing. This is the first time, if there is a poll like that, that I will see it. This is hype. PTR would keep it very brief and more limited, like it was an entire raid. Further PTR is okay for the raid, so we saw as long as the first day isn't a total mess. You're... I don't know, bro. I'm sad seeing this. I'm just sad. 18% almost. Depressing to see this. God damn it. Rank your ideal raid size for Classic Plus. I want to find these people and we're gonna PvP them down, boys. We're gonna destroy their gameplay. They'll never get to end level, so we don't care about their opinions. Rank your ideal raid size for Classic Plus. 20 man is... Wait, what is this? Total responses 1, 2, 3. I'm a bit lost here. Average rank 2.3. What are they doing here? Why didn't they just put percentages here? I'm lost. You dragged them in order? No. Oh, in the poll, you were dragging them in order. So instead of, they can't show percentages, of course. Okay, I get it. This is the way they had to show the results. Okay. So most, like that, it was on average on second slot here. 20 man. This was 3.1, 3.2. That's interesting. So 20 and 25 are ahead of 10 and 15. Okay, why would you pick 35, I guess? But putting 40 ahead of 35, that's so funny. I think people just didn't give a fuck about 35. Like, this is like, why would you change it? There's no point. So might as well keep it 40 if you're a 35, I guess. Ideal rate size, I think 20 man is pretty good, yeah. I think we should have both, honestly. I think there should be 20 man rates and 10 man rates. That would be the nicest. But those should be different rates. Like, it shouldn't be the same rate in 20 and 10 man version. I think it's troll. We return 25 man rates, and would you return to 25 man rates in retail? If I should go 25 man, honestly, for me, it's less about the rate size, but it's about the roster size. What I dislike is having people on the bench, because of like class stacking essentially. So I do not care. I think 25 man would be fine. I think even 30 man would be fine. Honestly, I think all of it is fine. I think even, I want to say even the more the better. For me, I think I enjoy things when we do it as a bigger group, and if you can manage to organize everything. But in reality, because people are gonna be like having issues, and it will turn into more managing than actual rating, I think 20 is a good spot. We could easily do 30. We are already managing 30 people. But yeah, if 30 means that you need to have a 50-man roster for class stacking reasons, that's fucked up, obviously. So I would say between 20 and 30, everything is fine. Oh, wait, this one. How do I feel about requiring resistances? I think that's completely fine. It's just, wait, no. What am I? Rank your ideal rate size. And yeah, I think it's completely fine, but it shouldn't be a complete tilter to get it, I guess. But yeah, I think it's good. Our fun way to do horizontal progression are true to classic. I would be the resistance removed. Yeah, I agree. Okay, for the times where a couple of players need them, but the entire raid shouldn't need resistances. No, I think they should. And 9, the entire system should be removed. That's troll. I think resistances are good. Raid goes 10 man as a rated GM. You can't have class mains anymore. You'd have to hire people who can do multi-class. It's not even just the ability to play the classes. It's also the split runs and stuff associated with it. Like, retail is just a complete mess, honestly. And also, even if you multi-class, like, certain combinations are easier to have. If you, I guess if everyone can play everything, and gearing wasn't an issue, I guess technically yes. But like, you have to, for each person you don't have on the bench, you need the rest of the guild to do a lot of extra work. It's I think it might even be exponential, the time you need to spend in by not having a bench at the start. It's like scales crazy. And eventually, like, if you can play every class except for one, or if you have a bench of 30 people, the 31st person doesn't matter, you know, but definitely having benches really, really good on OP, which I hate. Leg size would be the best. I don't know. I don't like that. Brings out tons of issues for casual raiding. Yeah, but for hardcore raiding, like, certain mechanics are just gonna be harder or easier depending on the flex size. That's why I don't like it. Like spreading, for example. As I play class, you mean play at a first level. For casuals, I think none of this matters, honestly. I think you're fine either way. Like, you also don't need to have a bench. Casuals. There you would want lower amount of people, at least, I guess, so that you don't have people like missing raids because, I don't know. Their families coming over for dinner or something, you know, some useless, irrelevant thing, you know. Should raids have multiple difficulty levels? Well, that's an interesting one. Kind of want to say no. No. Yeah, they said no as well. Fuck the story mode. This is Classic Plus, Sam. We're not playing with whatever type of gamers those are. Woke people or whatever. As Asman would call it. Yeah, definitely no. I think, like, you don't need different difficulty levels because you don't need everybody to be able to complete the raid. The difficulty level is just the boss count. The first boss is easier than the fifth boss. So there you go. If you want the easy part of the raid, you only kill the first boss. If you're getting a bit better, you kill the second boss as well. But no, you don't need to be able to kill the end boss. Fuck you. If you suck at the game, yeah, exactly. Get back to work, Sam, okay? That's so funny, dude. For me, not for him. Yeah, no. I like this. This would not work in retail. I think retail players would lose their mind. Like the casuals will just imagine if you tell them only Mythic is going to be available. Wow. That's crazy, dude. By the way, I want to say one thing, guys. Okay, I just realized that this is exactly what I actually proposed. Where's the nerves? Where's the nerves? Do you remember what I always said about nerfing raids? I said there should be a competitive period like Destiny 2. And after that period passes, where we have also different rule sets, right? To also not allow split running and stuff. And then once that period is over, be it 2 weeks, be it 3, 1 month, I don't know, you get a massive nerf, and then it's done. Look at what people say. Nerf should happen once, announced well ahead of time, and then never again for that content. This is exactly how Destiny 2 does it. And I think it's the best way from what I've seen in all MMOs. This is the correct answer. These guys they're just trolling. They just think they're just better than they are, and they'll be feeling sad. Or we're never gonna get fart rates, and then I'll be sad. That could also work, yeah, for them. Okay, we go back. If there were different difficulties, how should the loot differ? No loot for the easy mode. More loot drops per boss. Cosmetically different. Better stats on our bosses. Absolutely no difference. Higher rarity. That's crazy. Honestly sad seeing this as well. I'm depressed again. Oh, this was like a checkbox thing, so you can vote multiple things. Oh, okay, so you're saying... Okay, people saying more loot drops per boss doesn't mean they also didn't check better stats or bonuses. People want cosmetic differences. I mean, what gives me hope is this question is already against what people would want, right? Oh, sorry. Wait. This is the big prize question. Wait, hold up. Should have raised my hand? No. Okay, so majority doesn't want even want it, so this question shouldn't even matter, ideally. But how do you want difficult race in classic class to be? Please say retail difficulty and then one big nerf after, bro. Razor and SOD, tough for some, easy for others, but definitely harder than the originals. However, I want the amount of quality of loot to go up with the difficulty. Keep them about as harder and easier in classic. Somebody call an ambulance. Guys, I need you guys all to go on this website and vote ASAP. What the fuck am I seeing here? I swear, bro, people don't even know what mythic rates are. This is their problem. The reason this is low is they don't play mythic rates. Because getting into mythic rates, they need to play 3 different difficulties, 50 hours of M+, get into a guild, like set up their new add-ons, get tons of new weak auras. I swear this is why. It's not because it's actually too hard. I want to believe that at least. How people complete mythic race and party finder in WoW. Like, I bet within the demographic that does play mythic rates, this is really high, because obviously they know how difficult it is. How people complete mythic race in party finder WoW. Or I don't think so. Thinking back in the day, would people do that? I also don't think so now. Yeah, but FF14 you can progress with multiple different groups. It's not at the end of the world when you disband. In WoW, it's the end of the world. You can't get in there again. The lockouts are fucked. If it was a one boss raid, that could be interesting. I'm sure the mythic dragon boss could be pugged. Although maybe people still won't do it because they're like not used to that system. And also, it's not really worth your time in retail, like gear-wise. You would rather just go in Plus. And Final Fantasy, you don't have anything to do, so you just do the hard content you can. Getting to Mythic is difficult, while killing the boss is easy. Yeah, I swear, man, people just don't know what they're talking about. This is so sad. This is a problem with polls. You get the idiots to respond as well. Like, when I say idiots, people that just don't know. That's sad. Okay. Should cooldowns reset and raids after a while? I'm a bit sad now, but I'll still continue a bit. Cooldowns reset and raids after a while will kill. Yeah, of course. Why not? Like, no lead as well as another series shouldn't reset. Idiots again. What am I reading here? How do you feel about world bosses? But wait, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm very open to new opinions. This is the kind of person I am, guys. Whenever I disagree with the poll, it's idiots. How do you feel about world bosses? I think they're great. And if they don't lag, I think they are... They just shouldn't be giving you the world buff that works in raids. I think world buffs should not even... maybe they shouldn't be that long as well, like max, like maybe 20 minutes or something. So if you go into a dungeon, I feel like it shouldn't work in dungeons, and like you shouldn't really feel bad when you miss out on it or something. That's because like you're gonna enter a raid, but you have a warp buff. You're like, oh fuck, I should run a dungeon because I have a warp buff right now or something. Obviously, shouldn't work in raids as well. No, warp bosses and the competition to get them are a fun part. What makes Classic great? I just want to see them change. Warp bosses are annoying and incentivize players no lifting so they can scout the spawn. This should be some more change. Okay, I don't know how warp bosses are done in Classic, I guess. This sounds like some completely different problems that I'm not aware of. Yeah, I was thinking that warp bosses also would give buffs or something. I don't know. But yeah. I guess they're like rare procs or something in Classic. I don't know. I think warp boxes are good. They should just be a bit harder and give a bit better loot than on retail. I don't know how classic warp bosses are though. With the new opinions, as long as they're similar to scribes. Exactly. Or if I don't care about it, if it's like about mount collecting, okay, sure. Do your thing. Housing, yeah, get whatever you want, dude. I'm open to all the opinions. I just do not care. How would you want world bosses to look like in Classic Plus? World bosses should be more accessible to everyone. Making them all instants like they were in SOD is a good change. World bosses should never be instants. It makes them super lame and not fun. The race to target and defend the target is the best part. Okay, this is just a word. I'm so bad at endgame classic, so I don't know any of these. Like, what does it feel like to instants really capture the magic of them? Maybe some type of hybrid where they can spawn or what? I don't really care. Okay, we go next. How do you feel about limited time events, like the AQ gate events spawning content in the world within a set limited time frame? I like these events and they're not necessarily create, but they should last longer than 10 hours or even a couple of days. I have time to engage with them. Again, I don't know how this feels as well. A lot of these events. Then I want to create FOMO. I want to have schedule my life around these games, remove them. Okay. How do you feel about quests that require? That's kind of troll. I think FOMO is completely fine. Hot take, guys. I think FOMO in games are fine if the content is good enough. It's like saying, oh, well, the expansion release day is FOMO for me because I'm going to miss the release, so it shouldn't release. Like, what are we talking about? Yeah. I think it's completely fine to have FOMO stuff. How do you feel about quests that require you to enter multiple raids? Sounds good. Yeah, these are good. It's so cool running around the world to complete these scripted quests. Yeah. How do you feel? I like these for maybe once the content has passed the current meta, create some sort of catch up so I don't have to run it and I can still get my item. No, actually, I think you should run around. How do you feel about bosses cycling week to week, mechanics changing over time? Sure. I don't think it matters. How long should raid gear remain relevant on average? That's the thing. Horizontal progression, I guess. Remain relevant. I would say, if I'm thinking of retail, right? Oh. That's an interesting one. I think my ideal thing is that you wouldn't have any sort of split run bullshit. And with that, I would want it to be good for the whole expansion. But not every piece, like some pieces. How do you do that though? You need to have, that is again horizontal progression light, I guess, if it just changes every expansion only. Maybe what you could have is just that, like, some unique items could be still good, right? Like the Sylvanas bow on Hunters, it should be good for the whole expansion. But then again, is it boring for Hunters not to get a weapon ever? I don't know. Yeah, it's a bit, that's an interesting one. What does this already say? Summarize, wait, let's click it. Current gear should be comparable or slightly worse than the next tier's items. I'm not sure. It's a hard question that would require some solution. I don't see a clear answer. Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm kind of with that as well. You could go with that and it will be fine. Completely removing, like making the old gear irrelevant is really stupid, I think. Like, retail does it too much. And the reason they do it is partially, I think, also because they want to nerf the content passively, but we're kind of past that age. Like, I don't know. I don't think we need that kind of passive nerfs. Like, there are other ways to passive nerf it. We're buffing the players and stuff as well inside the raid per week. I don't know. I think tier per tier, you should get less eye level. Yeah. This way you could also have some BIS items from the previous raid, and I think that's fine. Like a Spy Master's Trinket being good still from the previous tier, I think that's okay. Again, if you have split runs and stuff, it's really shit. I hope that, yeah. That's retail anyways. I'm not sure. Is the current gear should be relevant for 2+ tiers? Yeah, that's a good amount, I think. And which is kind of the same thing, the answer here. Only for current raid, replace most all gear in the following raid tier. That's incredibly low. That's crazy, yeah. And I agree with it. Should the face, and that's how it's done in retail right now. Look at that, guys. This is what we're playing. 11%. Should the face schedule and Classic Plus reorder the raids release schedule for original vanilla? Reorder the raid release schedule? I don't know. Don't care. Wait, what? Should just add more after the next round. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I think. Who cares? Should Classic Plus allow GDKP? No GDKP. Oh, even more no's after that video. Interesting. I think maybe at the start more hardcore people were voting because the casual people will just not be aware of the website as much. And now more casual people are trickling in. Okay, guys, you know what I'm interested in though, yeah? What about global fucking release, boys? Where is it? Release. Global. They already have that? What do you mean? What do you mean? They sorry, that's global release. How does that work? But what about the reset time? What about Tuesday, 6 p.m. or whatever? So when does the raid open? This opens live. And does EU just like quickly get their reset or what? Or how does that work? Or is it not on a Tuesday, it's like on a Friday or something? And also, what about non-raid content, right? Like a patch. Like a new zone opens or whatever. Battery or psychologist grab. Why do you want to give up your advantage? Shut up, dude. There is no threat that the raid will not be clear. Okay, wow, classic reset timer. Let's see. What am I watching here? Non-raid content isn't a reset, but new raid is always on Thursday, so NA gets their non-raid content first, just as in retail, but raids are global. I see. And I guess people don't care, or what? Because there's not that much non-raid content? Well, shit, you can filter by, like, what did rogues respond to? That's crazy. So you can do some studies on this shit. This is really interesting. But I want to see who are the most hardcore players, dude. One sec. Difficulty there. I love 5.6. Let's see. What about who do you think is the most hardcore raider class? Like you think actually let's go with Alliance and Horde first. I bet Actually, no, Horde and Classic is probably casual, right? But I would feel like more Horde players want harder content. Let's see. That's a feeling I have. Alliance, 4.9. Horde, 6.1. I fucking knew it, dude. Oh, you think... Oh, Warrior? That is probably true, yeah. Wait, hardcore raiding content class. We're also gonna check who's the biggest noob, okay? I feel like biggest noob might be Shaman, guys. No, Hunter? Paladin? No way, or? I mean, Alliance is already behind by 2%, or 1.2%. I feel like Hunter, honestly. Okay, we're gonna check. So we all think, I think Warrior is hardcore. But I think Warlock might be more hardcore personally. Checking. Warlock is at 6.4. I told you guys. Paladin, 5.0. I think it might be Shaman, dude. Also 5.0. Okay, we're both right, chat. Mage is ahead. Rogue is ahead. Yeah. Oh, Hunter. I think we are getting a 4.8. 5.1. Impressive, Hunters. Wow, you're not last. You're not the weakest gamer. That's crazy. I think priests are going to be higher. I think we're getting like 5 point... I don't know. 5? 6.1. Damn. Yeah, with above the warriors, guys. And druids, I think, are going to be also high. I think also 6% there? 5.8. Yeah. Interesting. Dude, this is so interesting to me. Like, I knew warlocks are just gonna be hardcore raiders. And we all knew hunters were gonna be low. Why is that? That's crazy. Leave healers alone. Well, I didn't flame healers. What were mages? Which were 5.8, I think. Like decently hardcore, but not crazy hardcore. Warlocks are definitely... So, yeah. Like, I feel like if you're a warlock, like you're playing a pet class that is quite complex, like you like complexity. That's the way I'm thinking about it. And you also enjoy pain a little bit, I think, as a warlock. Oh, dude, one thing that would really divide the community, and Asmo would be all over this, is if you said what gender you are. Oh my goodness. Damn. That's when you watch Asmon videos and you don't react yourself. You don't want to touch that shit. That should be 18 plus, dude. Oh my god, the content. Woo! Okay. Yeah, we can't have that. That's too much. What else is in here? Professionals, classes, talent survey, race, faction. Honestly, I don't care about these things too much. I don't think. Nearest what you still want to see in Classic Plus. Guys, that is so funny. That's crazy, dude. Oh
Check
my god.
PvP for sure.
Oh, PvP sounds interesting, yeah. Drag tier at 4.2%, dude. Imagine. Oh my god. Oh, imagine making a whole ass class. I think this is the result. Yeah. I don't know why you would put... I don't know who the fuck at Blizzard thought drag tier is a good idea, man. I don't know. And also Vulpera. It's funny that a Mughar orc is higher. Like, that's literally just orc in red, or like dark iron dwarf. I think people are also a bit trolling here. I think these things should be like these are just visual changes. I don't know. Ogres, yeah, dude. Ogres would be dope. I would play an ogre, dude. I think ogres should be high up here. Fuck blood elves. Okay, you say, how do you feel about neutral races? Choosing faction after science, I don't like them. Yeah, I don't care. If are added, what level should they be for? Okay, don't care, don't care. About if you're rebalancing reach. Ooh, yes. I mean, everybody will say rebalance, right? That's for all races, but don't change the soul of the system. Yeah. I agree. I mainly don't like it when like a faction is like if alliance is ahead of the horde. I think that's kind of troll. Like by a good margin. Even like a slightly better is okay, but yeah, shouldn't be a lot. Ideally, it's like a little bit situational as well. How do you feel about cross-faction play in Clash of Clans? Cross-faction play? No. Really? Allowed for Dungeons and Raids? I'm very surprised about that. Allow it for battlegrounds and arenas? What? Allow for open world PvE activities? Allow it for open world PvP. I am totally lost now. What does that mean? I will turn into Pyro soon. What am I reading? Allow it for open world PvP. How do you cross-faction play? Like what? I team up as a horde player with an alliance one, and then who do we gank? Also, just team up with orcs and dwarves to kill the gnomes. What kind of open world PvP are we even talking about? I'm so lost. These players are...
You still looking at warlocks?
Oh shit, you're right. I did read you saying warlocks and I was like, what is he talking about? Oh, okay. Warlocks are evil. All responders. Warlocks. Yeah, definitely a bit stupid, this class. I would say like rogues would be like, yeah, no. 7%. What am I reading? I think these guys did not understand. I think they just saw open world PvP and they're like, yeah, we enjoy open world PvP, allow. I don't think they have any clue what's going on here. This I also is troll. I think all of this is troll. No, they should not be playing cross-faction. Just making a lot. I think it might be okay to allow that you can play an alliance and a horde character on the same PvP realm. I think that could be okay. I'm not sure, honestly. Yeah, I think this is troll. I feel I'm actually shocking though. I mean, I guess people exist like that. How do you feel about the current faction dynamic? I thought this is going to be uninteresting, but it actually is quite interesting. How do you feel about current faction dynamic? Maintain a two-faction dynamic is critical to the lore. Add a third faction, it would keep the game fresh. That sounds crazy, dude. I wouldn't mind this actually, but I don't know what the result is. I think this here is interesting seasonal content. You do it, you see how it goes. I don't even know how they would do it though. Like, they would need to design like whole new ass cities and stuff, right? Or I don't know. This is weird. What races would it be? Maybe you could have like certain races also depart from the current things. Like, I don't know, the gnomes and dwarves have like a massive fight. They're like a massive fight because a dwarf mistook a gnome for a dwarf or something, for a dwarf baby. Made fun of him, and then they leave, and then from the horde side, I don't know what would make sense. I mean, the undead are also already kind of forsaken. They could just might as well leave. So we have gnomes, undeads, and trolls versus orcs. Oh, was that a Warcraft 2 thing? What was that? Trolls versus orcs was it a custom map in Warcraft 3? I know that somewhere, but what is that? Trolls versus elves? Is a custom map. Ah, okay, it's a custom map. Okay, wait, how did this look like? Ah, okay. I don't know, some just random shit. Yeah, so I think you could do a third faction if you take like two sorry, the fact scribe, lit, racist shit, gnomes, dwarves, forsaken, ugly people. Okay. Can't call people like that. Picture 2 and 4 are the Warcraft 3 map. It's fine. Yeah, no, I would like to explore this. Factions are get rid of these. It's always this fucking 6% if you notice, by the way. I feel like the people that are gonna say this shit is also warriors, bro. Look at I'm telling you, warriors topping this. Never mind, actually. I guess warriors also. No, sorry, I misjudged warriors for a second. I want to apologize. I want to apologize. I think this is hunters. Yeah, guaranteed hunters. 6.2. I mean, rogues can't be. 5.2, yeah. Priests, 6.2 as well. They're also weird. Druids are fucked up. Okay, yeah. There's no one higher than this, though. Oh, is it because they want to play? Oh, look. Guys, I'm telling you. Okay, what's going on here is Alliance players, a lot of them actually don't want to play Alliance, but they only do because they like Paladin and they feel sad, and that's why they vote this. They just want to play Horde in reality, but they want to play Horde Paladin. They can't, but they don't want to. Any way to get that is good, because Horde is just better than Alliance, and they feel sad that they have to play Alliance, even if they are not aware. This is what's happening deep inside. I psychoanalyze them. Okay. Should gear mounts be faction specific? Cosmetically, at least. Cosmetically, sure. It all should be collectible. Okay, bro. So it's gonna like question and yeah. Should be the regular auction house be cross faction? That's a tough one. If the balance is good, no. But if the balance sucks, yeah, I guess. So I think the issue is more sorting the balance. So I want to say no. But people may have voted yes because they didn't think about the balance. You can already use a neutral auction house. That's a good argument. But I would still say yes. Because the neutral auction house is still like a hurdle to get to. And it's being used less than the normal auction house, as far as I know. It was always emptier. Because people just don't want to go to that, like Gatkatsan or Steamville card. It also takes bigger cuts. Ah, didn't know that. That's a good point. Yeah, so I'll still say yes. Okay. That's racist and factions. PvP, dude. Let's look at PvP. Should there be a war mode in Classic Plus? No. Yeah. It's a no-brainer. How would you rate and everyone else is wrong? Like the people that vote on this are again like druids and whatever. Like yeah, less priests. Okay, priests are actually doing okay. Would want a war mode, dude. Hunters. And you will have rogues saying definitely no, obviously. Yeah. Warriors probably even with us here. 48%. Yeah, okay, somewhat in the middle. How would you rate the original PvP ranking honor system in Classic WoW? Is there like a... I've never played WoW. This needs to be auto-filtered. Well, they actually prefer no war mode, so they are right, so I guess I'm okay with it. You guys can say private servers. That's crazy. These results are so interesting, bro. Why are you even voting on this if you didn't play WoW yet? How do you rate the original PvP ranking honor system in Classic WoW? Yes, there are people are trolling. These guys are idiots. The PvP system in original WoW was not good. That's just full troll. 5, I'm okay with. Oh, 1 is bad. Oh, okay. I guess that's a weird way to see it. 1 is bad and 10 is good. Oh, okay, okay. Well, I would have sorted the list in a different way then. Like, I would have put 10 at the top. Even if it has less, yeah? It's a bit weird. Okay, yeah, whatever. You typically put the good thing on the top and the bad thing on the bottom, yeah? And the colors make it clear. Sure, sure. Okay, okay. I'll take like 5% of the blame, okay? But you're 95% wrong, okay. How would you change the original honor system? I would definitely reward. How would I change it? I like the whole ranking up. I would reward going into cities and killing the end boss. In some way, at least. Even if it's just once. Like that could be part of like a quest chain to reach a certain rank, you know? What else would I do? I think it took too long, like was too brain dead Alterac Valley content to do it always. I think also in general, like, you know how we have PvP achievements in WoW? Like some of them are actual achievements and not just like, yeah, do this just because lol you can. Doing a bunch of things like that, like almost like a quest progression, like a quest chain for PvP, I think would be really cool. That is also, of course, accommodated with a good amount of grinding as well. I would definitely 100% reward doing different PvP activities. Like not spamming 1BG, but like doing different things, or you get like your first completion of Warsong will give you more than your third Alterac Valley, you know, type of thing. Yeah, let's see what it is. Remove the weekly rank. I mean, but this is weird because the results are determined by the polar, so people can't actually be that creative here, right? Remove the weekly rank system. Honor goes up, rank goes up. Ranks require set amounts, and as soon as you reach it, you rank up. Oh yeah, I guess the backpedal as well in the system, like if you don't do an activity, you go lower. That is troll as well. Yeah, as far as I remember, that's how it was. Last time I did PvP in endgame was in actual classic, so. It's been a while. The entire system, I go back to the drawing board. So it's just remove the decay as it is today. I don't even know the difference between now and original system. I only played the original one. For me, this is go back too much. It would do something much more interesting. New system is way more achievable. Is it like lots easier nowadays? Yeah, back then I never got rank 14. I was Storm Rider or something it was called, I think. Sturmreiter in German. Maybe I got the one above that as well, but that one was the big one because I think I got the 100% mount without spending the gold to learn the better riding. How do you feel if rank was uncapped? I only have 10 minutes left, by the way. Damn, bro, this video consumed all of it. It is poll is so interesting now. Especially like I'm also a bit more interested in game design. So for me, it's ultra like this would be interesting even if I didn't want to play Classic Plus, let's say. How do you feel if rank was on cow? Okay, enough with PvP though. Would you want Arena and Classic Plus? Yes, but it shouldn't be like the main PvP activity. Yeah. Like in TBC, Arena came out and Battlegrounds were like, see ya, you know, we're done with Battlegrounds. Conquest gear, you go Arena, you're done. That's the thing. I think that's horrible. This shouldn't be the only option. The Arena NPCs and Gurubashi Arena. Lol. And should be cosmetic rush only? No, that's troll. If yes, which arena sizes would you want to see? I think 2s and 3s are fine. 5s is just like fantasy world, sure, whatever. Yeah. How would you feel about a 1v1 arena ranked dueling system? I would like that. The issue is the balance, obviously. But I don't care. You bet gold on the outcome. Dude, people are freaks. Okay. I've heard 1v1. Should you be able to muck around another player, which would mean when the loser dies at the end of the round, they're able to resurrect. Able to? I mean, sure, why not, right? Like, it doesn't matter. Sounds toxic as super. What? Just don't accept then. Like, what the fuck? Which of the following would you want to see in our users? Like, PvP set bonuses. Yeah, PvP stats. I don't think this is needed, really. Disable or tuning certain overpowered PvE weapons, trinkets, etc. No. Stat eye level memorization. Ugh. PvP gear eye level scaling. Higher than PvE gear. Win instance in PvP combat. Sorry, I was getting distracted. So I have to go pee and also I have to end the stream in 7 minutes to do something else. PvP gear eye level scaling. Ah, no. No, I don't think this is needed. I think hot take, another one, guys. I think MMO players, like, if you want to be good at one thing, you should be good at all other areas of the MMO as well. I'm not saying you have to be the best PvP player to be doing good in M+, but you should be able to PvP. If you want to be the best M+ player, I think you should be able to do PvP. I think you should be decent. Otherwise, I think it's fine if you have a disadvantage over people who can do PvP and are as good as you on M+. Hot take. Okay, I know people hate this. I know people are like, oh no, I want to play M+, I don't want to raid. Well, unluck. This is an MMO. Yeah, you get the advantages, and you can do everything in the MMO. That's what I think is the coolest thing about an MMO. I mean, otherwise, just play an M+ game. Go play Fellowship, man. Like, I don't know. PvP is dog shit. No, it's not. Don't force people to they don't like. Keep PvP in race and battlegrounds. Keep PvP in M+ and race. No, I disagree. I think PvP is actually really cool. It is neglected. That's why it is like not that good nowadays. But if you think about classic PvP and TBC PvP, those things were goated. And I don't know about retail PvP right now. Honestly, I didn't play it since a long time. But the reason I didn't play it is not because PvP is not fun. It's because they made it obsolete. I did play it in Shadowlands. It was super fun. You had to play it for certain activities. I played it in BFA because it was the best mage trinket. And I loved it. It was amazing. It was super fun to get the best mage trinket from PvP. I think that's how it currently is. And if you don't want to do it, you can not do it, and then you can not be the best in raiding. You don't have to be the best in raiding. But I think if you want to be the best at something in a game, I think you should master, many aspects of it, not just one. It's fine if you're talking about battlegrounds from Arena. I think it's, again, fine to be... I mean, back then in TBC Arena, you had to have... not you had to have... I remember I don't know what rank that was at. It was at gladiator level, but I was farming, trying to get this trinket or whatever that stuns people from the rare mob that is underwater. Pro PvPers probably know what I'm talking about. Certain PvE-based items were from PvP. Yeah, I think it's completely fine. I think the other way around is also completely fine. Just people are forced to do stuff, so just going with the flow. For example, SL Season 1, if you want to verse a haste gear, you had to do PvP. There was no other option. I think force is a bit exaggerated. If you want to be really good, doing some PvP to be able to get your Versa Haste gear, I think that's okay. Yeah. I don't know. I know it's a hot take. I mean, that's... but it is what I think, so what can you do? Alright, guys. I'm gonna piece it. Can't look at the rest of this, unfortunately. Gonna take a quick break, and then I have another meeting. Gonna do some coaching. Yeah, I still do coaching for like guild management stuff. So if you're interested in that, you can reach out. It's also in the Echo thing. It's 100 euros per hour. Also, our players do coaching for class-related stuff, by the way. A lot of you might... I mean, okay. I don't want to advertise this too much, actually, because right now we don't want to be doing much of this since the race prep is coming. You see, Maris is at 120 euros per hour, guys. He's more expensive than me, even. My goat. Raid tanking, Mythic Plus, guild management, outside War for M+. That's crazy if you get coaching for this. But yeah. If you want some class coaching, especially, it's good here. Building guilds from unranked to war first. I didn't write this, by the way, or did I? I don't know. But yeah, this is what I do. All right, see you guys. Got a piece real quick. I don't have ultra bounds. Gone.